What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. East Blue with Thunder Fruit. 1 TF. Chapter 1 Obtain Thunder Fruit at the beginning. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 748. 187. 249. See Circle Calendar 1516, a small town in East Blue. Ding. Congratulations to host, you have signed into the One Piece world for 5 years and the system has been successfully activated. Phew, the activation was finally successful. I have been waiting for 5 years. Amber exhaled and said excitedly while lying in a dilapidated house. Amber was once an ordinary person on Blue Star who graduated with a second degree. In this era where graduation equals unemployment, Amber was a second degree student. It was really difficult to find a good job, so he was very proud of it and found a job. I got a security job with a monthly salary of 4,000 yuan, which included food and accommodation. I made tea with wolfberry berries every day, read novels and cartoons, listened to a certain music channel, and retired early. Among them, my favorite anime is none other than One Piece, one of the 3 major migrant worker comics in my childhood. It has been serialized for more than 20 years and is still being updated today. When I woke up one day, I traveled to a village in East Blue, the world of One Piece, and became a child. I also got a mission system, but the trick is that it takes 5 years to awaken. 5 years, do you know how I spent these 5 years? Fortunately, this cheating system has its own language translation capabilities. With the system, you can automatically understand the language of this world, otherwise Amber would starve to death just after crossing over. In the past 5 years, an ordinary child without a father or mother would definitely starve to death on his own. However, Amber had the consciousness of an adult and got the opportunity to work by currying favor with the owner of a restaurant in the town. The boss provided Amber with food and accommodation. Amber provides labor. System, tell me what functions you have. Here Amber started to communicate about the system. Okay host, this system is a god-level task system. It will release system tasks from time to time. As long as the host completes the tasks of this system, it can get rewards. The rewards include all the items in the sky. Only you can't think of it. There is no system that does not have it. The system introduced to Amber with a hint of boastfulness. Oh circle.operator for all circle.operator. If you are so powerful, do you have Rinnegan, Zanpakuto, or Saiyan blood? Amber didn't quite believe the system and asked suspiciously. Of course, as long as host can get the perfect mission reward, it's no problem to transform into a bull coin and coax a Super Saiyan in the future. Perfect system reward. What is this? Amber asked doubtfully. The system will classify the completion level into 4 levels: poor, average, excellent, and perfect based on the degree to which the host completes the task. The higher the completion level, the easier it is to obtain high-quality rewards. System Kaido. Then issue the task quickly. I've been waiting for 5 years and I don't want to wait any longer, Amber urged the system. Although I have traveled to the magnificent world of One Piece in my dreams, I can't do anything. I can only waste precious time every day doing odd jobs. Amber also tried to exercise, hoping that she could awaken Haki in 3 years, defeat the 4 emperors in 5 years, and kick Lord Im in 8 years. But he gave up quickly. It wasn't because of his lack of willpower. You can't imagine what it would be like for an ordinary person in a world without extraordinary abilities to come to this extraordinary world where strong men destroy the world and burn mountains and seas. If you continue to exercise to gain strength, Amber will definitely become a training fanatic. A very practical reason is that nutrition cannot keep up. Because Amber is just a small busboy in an ordinary restaurant and has no money to buy those high-protein and high-fat meats. Amber herself is unable to hunt those large prey on her own because of her lack of strength. The owner of the restaurant is extremely evil. The food he provides is only enough to barely fill him up. He also spends a lot of energy doing odd jobs in the restaurant every day. How can he still have the energy to exercise? In the original book, every time Luffy and the others finished fighting or exercising, they would eat all kinds of meat, such as sea king's meat, dinosaur meat, and giant animal meat. Ding, the host's current strength is too low and cannot complete the system's tasks. The system was slightly mocking. Name. Open black lens bracket Amber close black lens bracket. Age. Open black lens bracket 15 close black lens bracket. Power. 1 star. Agility. 1 star. Physique. 1 star. Spirit. 1.5 stars. The average value for ordinary people is 1 star. Fruit ability. None. Haki. Open black lens bracket none close black lens bracket. Comprehensive strength. 1 star. Strength in the pirate world is divided into 1 to 10 stars. Evaluation. Host is a scumbag. The system simply listed Amber's data. Except for her spirit, which was higher than the average value of ordinary people, the rest were very low, probably because she was a time traveler. I am so powerful that I need your system. The simple data deeply hurt Amber's heart, and she shouted angrily. Hey, system, I see that other people's systems all have gift packages for newbies. Your so-called god-level mission system must not be worse than them, right? Searching. Please wait. Inquiry results. There is indeed a gift package for newbies. Please host prepare to receive it. It's true. Give it to me quickly. Amber originally just wanted to give it a try, but she didn't expect that she really succeeded. After a burst of light, a strange blue fruit that looked like a pineapple appeared in Amber's hand. This is devil fruit. You are so awesome at the system. Amber was pleasantly surprised. This is the devil fruit, known as the secret treasure of the sea. The lowest price is 100 million Baileys. After eating the devil fruit, you can become a strong man and reach heights that are difficult for ordinary people to reach in their lifetime. Pineapple shape, could it be? Amber's breathing was a little. Get anxious. Host guessed correctly. This is the Logia devil fruit. It is also one of the most powerful devil fruits in Logia, thunder fruit. Moreover, after system improvements, the devil fruit has eliminated the shortcoming of the curse of the sea system introduction. System, I love you so much, you're so awesome, Amber shouted. There is no doubt about the power of Logia. A person with abilities who eats the Logia fruit can elementalize his body. If he is not a powerful Grandmaster Armament Haki, he cannot even attack the elementalized body. Logia fruit users can also use elemental attacks. It can be said that there is no weak person in Logia. The weakest ones can defeat a bunch of ordinary people, and the strongest ones can even turn into natural disasters and destroy the world. Thunder fruit is one of the most powerful ones in Logia. It can not only use thunder and lightning attacks, possessing the terrifying destructive power of lightning, but also can transform into thunder and lightning, possessing a speed comparable to that of a flash of light. It tastes so bad. It's really worse than Shang is described in those fan novels. To avoid a long night of dreaming, Amber quickly took a bite of the thunder fruit, and only took the first bite of the devil fruit. Am I a thunder person now? Amber carefully felt the changes in her body, feeling as if she had inexhaustible power in her body. Following her own feelings, Amber controlled the power in her body and spurted out from her palms. A lightning bolt several meters long emitted from Amber's palms. This move is called Palm Thunder. Amber was very satisfied with the power of thunder fruit and spent a lot of time getting familiar with the experiment. Chapter 2 Practice. Ding! Host has obtained thunder fruit and can barely complete the tasks issued by this system. Now the first task is issued. Go to the nearby forest to train yourself and improve your strength to 5 stars. Name: Amber. Age: 15. Strength: 3 stars. Agility: 5 stars. Physique: 3 stars. Spirit: 3 stars. Note: the average value of ordinary people is 1 star. Fruit ability: Thunder fruit 1 star. Haki: none. Comprehensive combat power: 3 stars. Evaluation: Host has left the category of rookie. It is worthy of being the strongest Logia devil fruit. Just by eating it, Amber's strength has been raised to 3 stars. The next task is to become stronger. Okay, let's deal with those trivial matters first. Here I come to the road of strength. Amber looked at the time. Usually this time is the time for Amber to go to the restaurant to do odd jobs. But now I definitely don't dare to do it, but I still have to go and tell that stinky old man. Although he is very cruel and has been squeezing Amber, he took Amber in after all. Otherwise, Amber doesn't know what a 10-year-old child can do. Amber went out and soon came to a restaurant in the prosperous area of the town. As soon as she entered the door, the waiter uncle who was tidying up the tables and chairs greeted Amber. Hey, little Amber, you are a little late today. The boss is already in the kitchen. He is a little angry. Little Amber, you have to be careful of being scolded. I'm not afraid of that stinky old man, haha, but thank you for your reminder, uncle. Amber simply replied and walked towards the kitchen. When she walked into the kitchen, she saw an old man wearing a white chef's uniform and a beard directing the chefs to work hard. Suddenly, when he saw Amber coming in, he began to curse. Why did you come now, you stinky boy? Look at what time it is now. His beard was blown up. Isn't it just a few minutes later than usual? What are you calling, stinky old man? Amber shouted dissatisfiedly. What, you stinky boy, dare to talk back, don't you know that time is life? As he spoke, he taught Amber a lesson. Wait, old man, I have something very important to tell you. Amber quickly interrupted the old man. What is it? The old man looked at Amber's serious face and was also a little confused. I've decided, I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm going to go out and make a living. Amber stared at the old man and said seriously. Have you really decided? I knew there would be such a day, but I didn't expect you, a stinky boy, to decide to go out so soon. The old man sighed, not surprised at all, as if he had known it long ago. Then he turned and walked towards the warehouse, and came out again after a while, holding a bag in his hand, and threw the bag to Amber. Here are 100,000 Baileys, you can take it as travel expenses, just as your salary. After the old man finished speaking, he turned around and continued to direct the chefs to work. Looking at the Bailey in his hand, Amber pondered for a while, and then bowed deeply to the old man. Boss, thank you very much for your care over the years. If you want to leave, go quickly. Don't delay my work. The old man still had his back turned, arms folded, and said very coldly. But Amber could still feel a tremor in the old man's voice. Boss, I'm leaving first. Please take care of yourself. Amber bowed again, then slowly turned around and left. You brat, go and carve out your own world. After Amber left for a long time, the old man turned around, looked at the direction Amber left and spoke slowly. After leaving the restaurant, Amber returned to the shabby house where she lived, simply packed a few clothes, and then set off towards the forest next to the town. Amber found some materials and built a yurt-style shelter based on what she learned from the wilderness survival programs she had watched before. Now we have to solve the food problem, but there are a lot of animals in this forest. It's easy to get food. Okay, that's it. Let's go hunting. Amber walked into the depths of the forest with her bare hands. She didn't need any weapons at all. What's the matter? The weapon is comparable to thunder and lightning. Amber relied on the physical growth brought by the devil fruit to jump from tree to tree, rushing like a ninja in Hokage. Soon, Amber discovered an animal with antlers but the size and appearance of a cow. Amber didn't know what it was, so she lightly jumped to a tree not far from the animal. According to the method found in the dilapidated house, he controlled the power in his body, aimed at the animal, and released thunder and lightning as thick as his thumb. Thunder in the palm of my hand, Amber still shouted in a very silly way in her heart. I saw blue lightning hitting the animal with lightning speed. Moo! The animal only had time to scream, and then fell down, and a large black area appeared where it was hit. Tonight's dinner is settled. Amber jumped down from the tree and slowly walked towards the animal. After picking up the animal, Amber used her strong physical strength to bring the animal back to the camp and started to make a fire for cooking. Well, something feels wrong. Amber was skinning the animal when she suddenly felt an eerie feeling. She stopped and looked around cautiously. At this time, the sky was slowly getting dark, and Amber finally saw pairs of eyes with green light all around. They were wolves. At least dozens of wolves have surrounded Amber. Were you attracted by the smell of blood? Amber speculated in her heart, but she didn't panic at all. Today she will fight her first battle in this world. Amber picked up a stone and threw it at the largest wolf king in the front, provoking him. If you want to eat meat, then come here. See if you can take it from your hands and mine. Ouch! After the wolf king was hit by a stone and attracted by the smell of meat, he couldn't bear it any longer. He howled and ordered the wolves to attack. The wolves in front launched tentative attacks on Amber. Amber smiled coldly, opened the palms of her hands, and instantly released several bolts of lightning, turning all the attacking wolves into black charcoal. Is that all you have? Amber continued to challenge the Wolf King. As if he could understand Amber's words, the Wolf King bared his teeth at Amber, and then issued an order for all the wolves around him to attack Amber. Okay, then I'll try the trick I figured out not long ago, 100,000 volts, thunder. Amber gave a soft drink and waved to the sky above the heads of the wolves. Boom! A thunderbolt as thick as a bowl fell from the sky, followed by a huge thunderous sound and struck the wolves fiercely. After a burst of smoke, all the wolves fell to the ground. Only the Wolf King was still twitching and looking at Amber fiercely. The law of the jungle is the eternal law. I am stronger than you, so I am the truth. Amber said slowly to the Wolf King who was still struggling to death, and then struck out with lightning, killing the Wolf King directly. Chapter 3 2 Years in Awakening Haki. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 164. 41. 55. See Circle Calendar 1518. 10 million volts, Brontosaurus. There was a loud roar, and the huge blue thunder dragon slammed into a 5-meter-tall giant bear. In an instant, the giant bear was reduced to crumbs. I saw a handsome young man wearing white loose clothes similar to the clothes from the Snake Zoo period, but not tied with hemp rope jumping out from the side. This is our protagonist Amber. Phew, it's been 2 years, and it's finally reached 5 stars. Name. Open black lens bracket Amber close black lens bracket. Age. Open black lens bracket 17 close black lens bracket. Power. 5 stars. Agility. 6 stars. Physique. 5 stars. Spirit. 6 stars. The average person is 1 star. Devil fruit. Thunder fruit 5 stars. Haki. Open black lens bracket none close black lens bracket. Comprehensive combat power. 5.5 stars. Evaluation. Host has entered the ranks of the strong. This is the result of Amber's 2 years of practice. In the past 2 years, Amber has been fighting various powerful giant beasts in the forest every day, not only using devil fruit to fight, but also using physical skills to fight, so Amber not only has devil fruit ability reached 5 stars, but also basically reached the level of other abilities, 5 stars or above. 5 stars. According to Amber's own estimation, it is almost the same as Luffy when he realized the second gear and fought against Rob Lucci. With Logia devil fruit, even Shichibukai is not impossible to fight. If he meets Haki who can't, Crocodile, who specializes in fruit abilities, and Shichibukai's Shame Moonlight. Moria, Amber feels that she may still win. Amber also imitated the Sun Wukong in Dragon Ball to do weight-bearing training. She often tied trees or boulders weighing several tons to her body and began to exercise wildly. There were many times when she was so tired that she almost fell down. However, Amber persisted and finally achieved breakthroughs again and again. I have only reached my current level since then. Unfortunately, for some unknown reason, Amber has never been able to comprehend Haki. Maybe Amber's physical fitness has not reached the level where she can produce Haki. There is another possibility, that is, the protagonist Luffy has not yet gone to sea, so it is not time to update the Haki version, manual dog head. Of course, it is impossible. You must know that this is a real world now. Hey, system, I've completed the mission, don't pretend to be dead, come out and settle the account quickly. This cheating system, in addition to the mission of increasing combat power to 5 stars 2 years ago, has been pretending for 2 years. Die. Ding. Settlement is in progress. Congratulations to host for successfully completing the first mission. Mission completion is being evaluated, please wait. Mission requirements. Increase combat power to 5 stars. Host combat power reaches 5.5 stars, and mission completion is obtained excellent review. The system said a lot. It's not a perfect rating. Never mind, the system, what rewards are there for excellent ratings? Give them to me quickly. Amber doesn't want to worry anymore. She has been training hard for 2 years and still hasn't gotten a perfect rating. She has tried her best and has no regrets. Excellent evaluation will win a purple lottery once. What? There's a lottery, don't you just give me the reward directly? You're a cheating system, Amber said to the system through gritted teeth. The system has never said that rewards will be issued directly. Even if it did, all interpretation rights belong to the system. The system said to Amber in a coquettish manner. You're so cruel, what's going on with this purple lottery? The lottery is divided into 4 levels. From low to high, they are white, orange, purple, and gold, which correspond to 4 task completion ratings. The higher the level, the higher the chance of getting high-quality prizes, and vice versa. Same thing. Okay, I understand, hurry up and start the lottery, Amber urged impatiently. Host needs to silently say in his heart to start the lottery. Start the lottery. A virtual big carousel suddenly appeared in front of Amber's eyes. The big carousel was divided into many areas. Amber looked around and saw what kind of Hulk bloodline, Kamen Rider Transformer, Senzo, Zanpakuto, etc., there was a dazzling array of them. Amber was left drooling. The pointer of the large dial began to rotate rapidly, and after 10 seconds, it began to slow down slowly. Something good, Amber prayed eagerly in her heart. Finally, the pointer stopped. Amber looked over quickly and saw that the place pointed by the pointer was Conqueror's Haki. It's not too bad. Amber is a very optimistic person. She gets what she draws and doesn't think about other useless things. Congratulations to host for getting Conqueror's Haki. System open panel. Name. Open black lens bracket Amber close black lens bracket. Age. Open black lens bracket 17 close black lens bracket. Power. 5 stars. Agility. 6 stars. Physique. 5 stars. Spirit. 6 stars. The average person is 1 star. Devil Fruit. Thunder Fruit 5 stars. Haki. Armed color 1 star. Information color 1 star. Conquerors unawakened. Comprehensive combat power 6 stars. System, what's going on with this Conquerors? Why is it in an unawakened state? Are you kidding me? Amber said angrily to the system. Host, Conquerors is different from the other 2 types of Haki. This is the king's potential that only 1 person in a million can awaken. The system can only give you Conqueror's potential. Whether you can awaken it or not depends on you. You're really cheating. Okay, you have to accept it if you don't want to. You can disappear. Amber waved her hand impatiently, dismissed the system and left quickly. She was so familiar with Haki. After the system dived again, Amber couldn't wait to start experimenting with Haki. Armed color. Amber shouted softly, and her right arm was covered with a layer of light black energy. Amber waved her arm and attacked a tree as thick as a water tank in front of her. With a loud bang sound, Amber's arm went directly through the center of the tree. As the power increased by 2 levels. This is only 1 star. If it is 5 stars or 8 stars, how much should it be improved? It is indeed Armament Haki. Amber is very satisfied with Armament Haki. Now it's the turn of seeing and hearing color. Amber closed her eyes and began to feel the sighting and hearing color carefully. Slowly, Amber discovered that in the darkness, there seemed to be a scene outlined by radar. Amber could not only see the front through this scene, but also the other 7 directions including up, down, left, and right. This way, no matter which direction the enemy attacks from, they can all see it, Amber murmured to herself. After practicing for a while, Amber became familiar with the usage of Armament Haki and Observation Haki. But how should this Conquerors awaken? Amber looked at Conquerors Haki's unawakened on the panel and fell into deep thought. Chapter 4. First encounter with pirates. Time slipped away silently while Amber was practicing Haki, and 2 months passed unknowingly. In the past 2 months, Amber has initially mastered the use of Armament Haki and Observation Haki, but Conquerors still has no clue. Forget it, don't think about it. Since we are here, we should make the best of it. It's time to consider going out to sea. If you come to the world of One Piece, how can you justify it without a shocking and free-spirited adventure? Amber burned down the shelter where she had lived for 2 years, and then began to move towards the coast. In the sea not far from the shore of this town, 2 ships were in a pursuit. Captain, what should we do? The pirates are about to catch up. The first mate on the ship said to the captain in panic. It seems that we are in danger this time. The middle-aged man called the captain seemed very calm, smoking calmly. After all, this kind of thing has been encountered countless times in his more than 20 years of sailing career, but he has escaped danger one by one. But this time, they were unlucky. They actually met the one-eyed Beta Andal, who had a bounty of 13 million Baileys. The bodyguards hired to protect the caravan were easily dealt with by Beta Andal. Stop the ship and dock. This ship is finished. It is impossible to escape on the sea. One-eyed Beta Andal is a notoriously vicious pirate. He will not only rob the ship, but also kill everyone on the ship. If you don't want to die, run as much as possible after getting off the ship. Life and death are determined by fate, and wealth and honor are determined by God. From the moment you set out to sea, haven't you gambled your life on the sea? But I'm so unwilling. This damn pirate era, damn pirate King Galdi. Roger. The middle-aged captain cursed unwillingly. We are finished. I don't want to die yet. It's my first time to go out to sea. How could I encounter such a thing? Damn it, let's fight them. Even if I die, I must drag a damn pirate with me. The other crew members on the ship were either desperate, angry, or wanted to fight the pirates. The merchant ship slowly approached the shore, and the people on the ship rushed to get off the ship. Run, run quickly, if you are caught by us, you will all be executed. The pirate ship behind also quickly docked. The ugly pirates on the ship were laughing unscrupulously. The pirates were not satisfied yet. They hadn't played the cat and mouse game enough. Come on, little guys, set up the guns and aim at them. Don't leave any alive. Let's enjoy this feast of killing together. Ha ha ha. One-eyed, Beta Andal looked at the group of lambs, in his eyes with murderous intent, laughing sickly. Help me, I don't want to die. As long as you let me go, I can give you anything. You bunch of beasts, I will fight you. Some people asked for help, some surrendered, and some fought desperately. But in the face of absolute strength, everything seemed so futile, and the bombardment set off blood flowers in the crowd. After the bombardment, the pirates got off the ship to chase and kill those lucky ones, to let them know that not dying under the shells was their greatest sorrow. While the pirates were enjoying the feast of killing, the sky above their heads suddenly became overcast and thunder rolled. Hey, Captain, something seems wrong. The pirate vice-captain who felt something was wrong whispered to the one-eyed Beta Andal who was directing the killing next to him. What's wrong? Isn't it going to rain soon? Isn't this damn weather always like this? Killing people in the rain is more fun. Ha ha ha. One-eyed Beta Andal said indifferently. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck down from the sky and hit a pirate who was chasing a member of the caravan with a knife. The pirate was immediately turned into black charcoal. What happened? What's happening here? The huge movement attracted everyone's attention, and for a moment the pirates stopped killing. The members of the caravan forgot to escape for a moment. Boom, boom, thunder and lightning fell from the sky one after another. Each thunder and lightning could hit a pirate, but it could skillfully avoid the members of the caravan. Soon, except for the pirate captain and deputy captain, all the pirates turned into scum. As this, okay, saved. Oh my god, this must be God's punishment for these pirates who have done all kinds of evil. Pirates, you have today too. Well done, well done. The caravan members were stunned by the sight in front of them at first, but soon realized that all the pirates had been killed by lightning and they were saved, and they cheered. A-hole, who is causing trouble? One-eyed, Beta Andal realized it no matter how slow he was, and shouted angrily at the surroundings. You pirates are really disgusting. A calm voice came from a tree. Amber jumped down from the tree and slowly approached the two remaining pirates. As soon as Amber arrived near the coast, she sensed that there were many people here through sight, smell, and color. When he got closer, he saw a group of pirates killing people. In Amber's previous life, she was a good young man of the new era who was born and grew up under the red flag. Naturally, she couldn't stand what these pirates were doing, so she immediately unleashed lightning to kill them. Pirates. This was Amber's first murder in her 2 lives, but I don't know why Amber didn't behave like what was described in those novels, including vomiting and dizziness. Amber didn't feel any discomfort at all, as if she had crushed a bed bug. You're the one who killed my subordinate, right? One-eyed, Beta Andal narrowed his remaining eye tightly and looked at Amber with murderous intent. Ship, Captain. The thunder and lightning just now. This guy is not an ordinary person, he is demon fruit power. The deputy captain next to him interrupted the pirate captain. Wah, what? It's the legendary secret treasure of the sea, devil fruit. One-eyed, Beta Andal looked at Amber with fiery eyes. Oh, I didn't expect that someone in such a weak pirate group like you would be so discerning and know devil fruit. Amber crossed her arms and looked at them contemptuously. What? You dare to say that Lousy is weak? Do you know who Lousy is? Lousy is the big pirate, One-eye. Beta, Lord Andal who has a bounty of 13 million Baileys. One-eye heard Amber say that he was weak, and he immediately became furious. You must know that his bounty is one of the best in the entire East Blue. Except for Pirate Admiral Krieg and the Fish Man Dragon in Dragon Paradise, Buggy the Clown and a few others, his bounty is the highest. Actually some people dare to say that they are weak. Hey, kid, I, Lord Beta, can forgive you for what you just did and for being disrespectful to me. As long as you come under my command, I can let you go. One-eye looked at Amber confidently. This kid heard I, Lord Beta, should be scared half to death by my reputation. Oh, I killed your companions, don't you want to avenge them? Amber had not communicated with anyone for 2 years, and she couldn't help but want to tease these pirates who did all kinds of evil. They are just some cannon fodder that can be sacrificed at any time. What kind of companions are they? It is their honor to be my Lord Beta's cannon fodder. One-eye said disdainfully. What a bunch of disgusting garbage. You'd better go to hell. 5 million volts, Thunderbirds. Amber suddenly launched an attack on One-eye. Chapter 5 The First Ship. The Thunderbird composed of blue thunder and lightning attacked One-eye. One-eye had quick hands and eyes. The moment he saw Amber making a move, he immediately stepped back and pushed the vice captain forward to block himself. Ah, Captain, why? The vice captain looked at One-eye in disbelief. Then it was devoured by the Thunderbird. You actually killed a comrade I truly recognized, and I will never forgive you. One-eye looked very sad, as if he was not the one who just pushed the vice captain in front of the Thunderbird, pointing at Amber angrily. Tisk tisk, you are worthy of being a pirate with a bounty of 13 million. His reaction speed is really fast and his face is really thick. Amber couldn't help but feel that, One Eye, is really a person. If he has enough strength, he may become, Heavenly Yaksha, Doflamingo such a character. You are also very good, attacking without warning. You are not like those people who play Pirate House. We are all the same kind of people, how about it? Do you want to get on my ship? The two of us can cooperate perfectly. You can dominate East Blue. One Eye, once again extended an invitation to Amber. You're too weak, you better die. 10 million volts, Brontosaurus, Amber suddenly took action again. Wah, what? UB asterisk 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 D, how can you fix it? One Eye didn't expect that Amber had already stopped talking, but before she said a few words, she actually launched another attack, and her movements were faster, and the thunder and lightning were bigger, and she was immediately attacked. The lightning struck and turned into ashes. The pirate ship was also blasted with a big hole and was basically scrapped. Damn, you used too much force. Amber vented in anger. Originally, Amber was not a simple act of courage. He planned to go to sea, so he fell in love with the pirate ship of this pirate group, so he used the power of thunder to kill all the pirates. Unexpectedly, he used too much force in the end and accidentally died. A big hole was blown out of the pirate ship, and the pirate ship began to leak. The people in the surrounding caravan saw Amber killing the big pirate, who they thought was unbeatable with thunderous power. They were all shocked by Amber's strength and did not dare to step forward. They were not sure what Amber's purpose was. There was a fight between thieves and pirates, but he came here to save them. Finally, the middle-aged captain stood up and said, Hello, sir. Thank you very much for your help just now. I am the captain of this merchant ship. Everyone calls me Old Jack. When Amber saw someone coming up to talk to her, she quickly reacted and responded with a smile, My name is Amber. I am a citizen of this town. It was just a matter of effort. Huh, the rest of the people were relieved when they heard that Amber could communicate, as long as she wasn't a vicious pirate. Dear Mr. Amber, we have an unrequited request. We are deeply impressed by your strength. I wonder if you can escort our fleet to Ainge Town. In return, everything from you as long as we can fulfill the request, we will do our best. Old Jack asked Amber cautiously. They were really frightened by the pirates. Even if the caravan's destination was not far away, they did not dare to gamble for fear of encountering pirates again and ending up completely destroyed. The others also looked at Amber expectantly. Amber was originally prepared to refuse. After all, if she happened to come across something like helping others, and it didn't harm her own interests, Amber would still be happy to do it. But now Amber still has to find a way to build a boat to go out to sea. How can she have time to protect such a group of people? After all, Amber has always been a person who puts her own interests before the heaven, and everyone else has to stand aside. But after hearing the second half of Old Jack's words, I changed my mind. Isn't there a group of big fish here? You can ask them to prepare a boat for themselves. After pretending to think deeply for a moment, Amber pretended to be embarrassed and answered, I have to go to a distant island to do some errands, but I don't have a good boat. Everyone in the caravan was also embarrassed. A good ship is worth tens of millions of belly, and the money they earned from a business trip was only 10 million belly. Everyone could get a share. But a few 100,000 baileys. Tens of millions of baileys are simply draining their blood. At this time, a fat man in the caravan gritted his teeth and stood up. Sir, my family's property in Ainge Town has a shipyard. As long as you can escort us safely to Ainge Town, we will pool the money to buy it for you. A boat. At this time, Old Jack also stood up. Don't forget, everyone, Amber saved our lives just now. Why are you not even willing to give out the money for a ship now? It's not like we are asking you to go out alone, we are all working together. Out. Seeing that the captain had spoken, the others also responded. That's right, Lord Amber has saved our lives. I'll pay for it. I agree too. Old Jack turned to face Amber and said, Mr. Amber, are you satisfied with this? Amber looked at everyone and nodded with satisfaction. He finally didn't save a bunch of white-eyed wolves. Very good, I agree to your request. Leave the security of the rest of the voyage to me. Soon, everyone packed up the merchant ship that was somewhat damaged by the pirates and started sailing out to sea again. As for the corpses of the pirates, they were all carried to the pirate ship, ignited by Amber's lightning, and turned into ashes. As for the bounty, all the pirates were struck beyond recognition by lightning. Amber said she lacked experience in killing people for the first time and would try to practice harder in the future. After 5 days of sailing, the merchant ship finally arrived at Ainge Town. It is indeed the world of One Piece. There is not much else but a lot of pirates. In the middle, I encountered several pirates with millions of bounties on their heads. All of them were sent to see God by Amber. However, Amber learned wisely this time and stopped using it. Instead of using his lightning ability, he directly used physical skills to kill them one by one. It is conservatively estimated that he can exchange for 10 million baileys in Ainge Town. Thinking of the One Eye, worth 13 million baileys, Amber couldn't help but feel a pang of pain. After arriving in Ainge Town, I made an appointment with Jack, the old man in the caravan, to pick up Amber's new boat at the dock in 10 days. Amber took the heads of the several million-dollar bounty pirates to the nearby marine base in exchange for bailey, and checked into the most luxurious hotel in town. The 10 days passed quickly as Amber tasted the food in the town and exercised. Amber came to the dock as agreed. I saw an ordinary ship docked at the dock, which was slightly larger than the Mary but had nothing on the bow. Old Jack, who was standing at the dock, saw Amber and hurriedly came over to say hello. Mr. Amber, this is the ship. Are you satisfied with it? Amber carefully observed the boat around. It had no features, but it also had no shortcomings. She nodded with satisfaction. Anyway, this ship is just a transitional one. The ship Amber really needs can only be built in the capital of Seven Waters. Then we will see if we can trick Frankie into boarding the ship. Soon, Amber said goodbye to old Jack and hired a few more people to operate the boat, while she enjoyed the sea view along the way or slept in the room. The destination of the ship is Nami's hometown, Cocoa West Village. Just now, the mission system released the second mission. Host already owns a boat and officially started his own journey. Mission goal: find 5 trustworthy partners. Nami is such a cute and sweet girl, and her sailing skills are very grandmaster, so she must be pulled on board. Dragon Pirates, you are finished. Chapter 6: Meeting Zoro for the first time. Captain Amber, there is a person on the desert island ahead, do we want to go there? On this day, Amber's boat was sailing on its way to Cocoa West Village. The helmsman in charge of controlling the boat saw that there were people on the desert island not far away. Looking from the boat, he could also see a figure on the desert island. The shore is waving his hands vigorously. Who do you think I am? Let me pull the boat over. Jack the Dro. Who do you think you are? Give it a try if you can. Yes, Captain Amber. The hired crew members followed Amber's orders very obediently and moved closer. As the boat slowly approached, Amber could clearly see the figure of the man on the shore. He had green hair, a very unbeatable face, and a cool expression on his face. He was wearing white short sleeves and tied around his waist. He was wearing a green belly band, black trousers underneath, and 3 knives on his waist. Isn't this Roronoa Zoro, Luffy's future partner, who aspires to become the world's greatest swordsman? Amber murmured to herself. Hey, are you asking for help? One of the hired crew members spoke to Zoro. Yes, because I had no money to buy a boat, I rowed a small boat out to sea alone. As a result, I encountered turbulence on the sea and was taken to this desert island. The boat also sank, so can you give me a ride? Zoro he talked about his experience very calmly. By the way, what's the benefit of taking you with us? The characters in the comics appeared in front of Amber, and Amber couldn't help but want to test Zoro. It's so difficult. I don't have much money. Zoro scratched his head and looked very confused. I'm a bounty hunter. If you can take me for a ride, when we get to the next town, I'll catch a few pirates and give them to you as shipping fare. Zoro suggested. Ha ha ha, who knows if you are a liar? What if you just run away when you get to the next town? That would be difficult. Amber looked at the 3 knives on Zoro's waist and suddenly had an idea. The 3 knives on your waist seem to be very valuable. How about using one of the knives as shipping fare? What did you say? Zoro's eyes immediately became sharp. A swordsman's sword is not allowed to be humiliated. Zoro stared into Amber's eyes and said in a serious tone. Then, Zoro turned around, his back to Amber and the others, and said coldly, you go, I don't need your help. What a pure swordsman. Okay, I was just joking. Come on up and we will take you for a ride. Amber smiled and invited Zoro. Real. Zoro got on the boat dubiously. Prepare food for this guy. Amber ordered the hired chef. Yes, Captain, the chef responded and went to the kitchen to prepare the food. Swallowing sound. Zoro heard the word food and swallowed unconsciously. Now officially, I am the captain of this ship, Amber. Amber extended her hand to Zoro. Roronoa. Zoro, a swordsman. Zoro also stretched out his hand and shook it with Amber. Zoro, where is your next destination? Amber withdrew her hand and asked. There is no destination. Just drop me off at the next town you pass. Zoro replied calmly. Zoro, if you don't have a destination, why don't you follow us first? I need to do something very dangerous and need a bodyguard. You just said that you are a bounty hunter, so you must be pretty good. That's right, Amber made up her mind and decided to bring Zoro on board to become her crew member. A person with great potential and strong will like Zoro must be brought as a partner. However, the real world is not a comic book world, and people like Zoro, who have a firm will and clear goals, cannot easily recognize others. It is recognized in the original work that Luffy first saw Luffy's strength, and then was infected by Luffy's belief. In addition, Luffy helped him regain the sword, so he joined Luffy's pirate group. So Amber decided to use a reason to keep Zoro on the ship, and then find a way to win him over. Okay, let me repay you for saving my life. Zoro nodded without thinking. During the conversation between the two, the chef quickly prepared the food. Seeing Zoro devouring the food, Amber was a little speechless. After all, this guy hadn't eaten in a few days. Report to the captain. A small merchant ship was spotted ahead, and there were no escorts around. A pirate immediately reported to the captain after observing the situation on the sea. Ha ha ha, very good. The caravans I encountered in the past few days were all accompanied by a group of guards, so I couldn't do anything. I didn't expect to be so lucky today. I met a group of desperate people. Let's start working. The pirate captain laughed. Ha ha ha, obey the captain, let us rob their ship and throw them into the sea to feed the fish. A group of pirates shouted excitedly. Report to the captain, we are being targeted. The hired crew member reported to Amber in a panic. Why are you panicking? Isn't there a bounty hunter here? Zoro, Let's see your strength. Amber said to Zoro nonchalantly. Leave it to me. After saying that, Zoro held the sword in both hands and leaned on the deck. He narrowed his eyes slightly and had absolute confidence in his own strength. The pirate ship quickly approached, and the pirates jumped onto Amber's ship with weapons in hand. Kill. A swarm of swarms came towards Amber and the others. At this time, Zoro, who was leaning on the deck, suddenly opened his eyes, pulled out 3 knives, and spun them, setting off a huge storm that swept in all the pirates around him. 3 blades style. Tornado. In an instant, all the pirate minions were eliminated. Okay, that's awesome. The crew member hired next to him was shocked. I didn't expect there to be masters. The pirate captain holding a big sword slowly walked over. Are you also a swordsman? Zoro looked at the sword in the pirate captain's hand and asked calmly. The bounty hunter with 3 swords, if Lousy guessed correctly, you are Roronoa. Zoro. Zoro's eyes met the pirate captain's, and then their swords collided, attacking in a dizzying manner. Soon the 2 sides put their knives together and began to wrestle. As expected of Roronoa, Zoro, the strongest bounty hunter in the East Blue. Without saying a word, Zoro swung his knife upwards and struck at the pirate captain. The pirate captain jumped back and dodged the slash. Let's decide the outcome with one last move, 1 blade style. Shattered. The secret of 3 sword styles. 3,000 worlds. The 2 sides passed each other, and the next second, the pirate captain fell to the ground. Work related. The overall combat power of ordinary people is 1 star. Little pirate 1 to 2 stars. Thousands of rewards for pirates with 2 to 3 stars. Over 100 million bounty for pirates 4 to 5 stars. Shichibukai 6 to 9 stars, Moria 6 stars, Haki 9 stars. Imperial Vice 7 to 8.5 stars. Admiral 8.5, 9, New Admiral 8.5, Original 3 Admiral 9. 4 Emperors 9, 9.5, Original 4 Emperors 9, Peak Whitebeard 9.5. World Ruler I Am Sama 10 stars. Chapter 7 The First Crew. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 795, 199, 265. Captain Amber, what is your goal? Zoro asked calmly, leaning against the wall. Does Koko Nishimura know? Is it one of the villages ruled by fishmen? As a bounty hunter, Zoro had heard about the famous pirates in East Blue. Are you going to do business somewhere? No matter how you look at it, Amber and his gang look like a group of businessmen, driving a caravan-style ship. My target is the heads of all members of the Dragon Pirates. Wah, what? Captain Amber, are you kidding? Zoro asked in surprise. I'm not kidding. Amber shook her head. So, do we have any other support? Are you a Marine? This is actually an encirclement and suppression operation against the Dragon Pirates. No, I'm not a Marine, and there are no reinforcements. There are just a few of us. Or rather, just the 2 of us. The other crew members are hired. When they arrive at Coco West Village, they will take a nearby merchant ship back. Captain Amber, I'm not trying to offend you. Ordinary fishmen in the Dragon Pirates are almost 10 times stronger than humans. Although it's shocking to say it, with my current strength, it's very difficult to deal with any of the evil dragons, not to mention the entire Dragon Pirates. Although I am very grateful for your life-saving grace, this is a fatal journey. If you must go, please forgive me for not being able to accompany you. I still have my ambitions to realize. Zoro frowned and said seriously say this. Ha ha ha, Zoro, I didn't say that I was a rookie without fighting ability. Amber replied. He casually fired a bolt of lightning at the waves. The lightning hit the sea surface and instantly evaporated the waves it hit. The huge impact also raised the surrounding waves to a height of more than 5 meters. As this, Zoro asked in confusion as he looked at the lightning fired by Amber. Do you know Devil Fruit? I am the Thunderman who ate Logia Devil Fruit, Thunder Fruit. Amber answered with a smile. Devil Fruit. No wonder. I didn't expect Captain Amber to have such an opportunity. Zoro suddenly realized, no wonder Amber had the confidence to take the head of the evil dragon. In East Blue, the weakest sea, demon fruit power is indeed very rare, not to mention one of the most precious Logia Devil Fruit. As Zoro is known as the strongest bounty hunter in East Blue, he still has a lot of vision. On the way to capture pirates in exchange for bounty, I happened to meet Marine Colonel Smoker from Logue Town to capture the pirates. The ability to turn into smoke should be one of Logia. Zoro, you just mentioned your ambition. I'm a little curious, can you tell me about it? Amber felt that now was an opportunity and set a trap for Zoro. My ambition. I made a promise to become the world's best swordsman. When Zoro mentioned the promise, his eyes were full of determination and fighting spirit. The greatest swordsman in the world. He is very ambitious. But this is a very difficult road. In order to fulfill this agreement, I will not hesitate to sacrifice my life. Zoro, you should know that East Blue is known as the weakest sea. If you stay here all the time, it is impossible to realize your dream. The real masters are all on the Grand Line, including your final opponent, the current world's greatest swordsman, Mihawk, one of the 7 warlords of the sea. Grand Line. I'll go. Zoro replied firmly. A smile flashed in Amber's eyes, and she finally fell for it. Hey, Zoro, do you want to come to my boat? Amber took the opportunity to invite Zoro. On your ship? Zoro asked doubtfully. Yes, after killing the dragon pirates, I plan to set off for the Grand Line. Become my partner. Hearing Amber's words, Zoro's eyes flashed. Really? I wonder if Captain Amber can spar with me. Want to test my strength? Amber looked at the fighting spirit in Zoro's eyes and smiled at Kaido. Then come on. Soon the two of them were facing each other in a fighting posture on the relatively spacious deck. Zoro still held two knives in his hands, with the word, Wado, in his mouth. Zoro, you attack first, after all you are a guest. Amber said to Zoro with her hands in a very casual posture. Really? Then I'm not welcome. Three swordsman style, tiger hunting. Zoro charged up three swords at different angles and slashed at them one after another, but they all avoided the vital point. After all, he was his savior. A black energy package emerged from Amber's right hand, and she met Zoro's knife with her bare hands. What? Zoro was shocked, but it was too late to stop. There was a bang. To Zoro's expectation, his knife did not cut off Amber's hand. Instead, it made a sound of colliding with metal, and was held tightly in Amber's hand. What kind of power is this? Is it also a devil fruit ability? Zoro asked in surprise. No, this is armament Haki. Armament Haki, Zoro repeated in a low voice. Then he stopped asking and began to slash at Amber like a storm. However, no matter where Zoro launched the attack from or with how much force, Amber could easily follow it with both hands. Zoro, I'm going to attack. After forcing Zoro back, Amber punched Zoro with the fist covering armament Haki. Zoro crossed his swords and tried to block Amber's fist, but the power brought by the fist was too strong. He punched Zoro into the deck. Zoro spit out a mouthful of blood. Now you know the difference in strength between us. Amber stopped, walked to Zoro's side and pulled Zoro up. You are indeed strong. Zoro wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. Can you tell me about the power called armament Haki you just mentioned? Zoro's eyes were full of fire. Then, Amber told Zoro about Haki's knowledge. In the second half of the Grand Line, in the place called New World, Haki is basically the entry ticket. People who don't know Haki will be eliminated quickly in the New World and become losers. You have to challenge the opponent. Haki is also a Haki master. Zoro looked down in thought. Amber continued to take the opportunity to win over. Zoro, become my partner and let's see the top of the world together. I agree to your invitation, but I made a promise in advance that if one day you hinder me from realizing my ambition, I will kill you too. Zoro looked at Amber seriously. Ha ha ha, no problem. Amber laughed. The first crew invitation was successful. Now, head towards Cocoa West Village, Amber shouted. Understood, Captain. Zoro responded with a smile on his lips. Chapter 8 Arriving at Cocoa West Village. After several days of sailing, they finally arrived near Cocoa West Village. The hired crew members were afraid of the reputation of the dragon pirates, so they followed the nearby merchant ships back to their homes. Captain, do you want to go in directly? Zoro asked with murderous intent. No, let's pretend to be a businessman and go in to get some information. So Amber and Zoro disguised themselves as businessmen and paid a large sum of money to the fishman at the gate before they could enter. Cocoa West Village was originally a village with poor resources. After the arrival of the dragon pirates, it became even poorer. Therefore, the goods brought by the merchants who occasionally come here are the only source of improving life. Amber sold various resources purchased in Ainge Town, such as meat, vegetables, salt, and specialties, to the villagers of Kokoyasi village on a half-sale, half-free basis, which gained a lot of goodwill. Captain, aren't we here to gather information? What are we doing? Zoro said depressedly. Aren't we gathering information? Amber chuckled. Seeing the numb expressions and desperate eyes of those villagers, Amber secretly made up her mind that the dragon pirates would not let anyone go. Stopping a villager at random, the behavior of increasing the favorability level just now is very useful. The villager greeted enthusiastically. 2 adults, do you have any orders? Hello, I would like to ask where Nami's home is. Amber asked in a friendly tone. The villagers who looked enthusiastic just now immediately became wary. What are you looking for Nami for? Do you want to cause trouble for Nami? The villager clenched his fists, as if he would take action as soon as Amber admitted. Although Nami joined the dragon pirates, everyone in the village knew her original intention, but in order not to let Nami down, they pretended not to know, but everyone loved this little girl who used everything she had to protect the village. In the original work, after Nami's hard-earned 100 million Baileys were snatched away by the Mouse Colonel and the dragon, the villagers became furious and picked up the weapons at home and even brooms to fight against the dragon pirates, knowing full well that there is a 10 times difference in physical fitness between them. They knew that they would definitely die on this trip, but they still went, just because the dragon pirates made Nami cry. No, you misunderstood. I am a friend of Nami who met outside. Amber showed a warm smile, indicating that she meant no harm. The villagers looked at Amber for a while, looking at Amber's smile and kindness, and after confirming that Amber did not have any ill intentions, they exhaled. Her home is relatively remote. If you walk along this road to the outskirts and see an orange orchard, that is her home. Thank you very much. After Amber thanked the villagers, she and Zoro walked to Nami's house. Captain, who is that Nami? Zoro asked doubtfully. I'm the navigator I found for us. If you don't have a grandmaster to sail on the Grand Line, you're basically looking for death. Soon Amber and the two arrived at Nami's house. The garden was full of orange trees, all covered with oranges. Bang, 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 Amber walked to the door and knocked lightly a few times. Hello, what do you want? Soon the door opened, and a beautiful woman with light blue short hair appeared. Seeing Amber and the two of them, she asked curiously and warily. Hello, we are friends of Nami, and we came here specifically to see Nami. My name is Amber, and the guy with green hair is called Zoro. Amber introduced herself. Ah, I'm Nami's friend. Nami happens to be away. I'm Nami's sister Nokigao. Nokigao also smiled back. Nami will be back soon. Why don't you go in first and wait a while, and try the oranges, our specialty in Cocoa West Village? Nokigao enthusiastically invited Amber and the two. Excuse me then. Amber bowed like a gentleman. Then he and Zoro went in and sat down. Nokigao went to the garden to pick some oranges to greet them. Zoro didn't say much. After all, he was his captain, so he just had to support him. I didn't expect Nami to make friends outside. Nuauchi Gaoei said with a smile. She knew that Nami often went out to steal and deceive the treasures of pirates, bad guys, and villains in order to save 100 million belly. It's a coincidence, it's a coincidence. Amber responded awkwardly. The fact was that Nami had never met them at all. I heard about this village and the dragon pirates, can you tell me? I want to know, Amber said with a heavy tone. Are you concerned about Nami? It seems that Nami has found a good friend. Of course. Nokigao slowly told what happened between himself, Nami and his adoptive mother Belmere. Nami, this silly boy, made an agreement with the evil dragon. As long as Nami helps him draw a sea map, and earns 100 million belly, he can buy Koko Nishi village. When making deals with pirates, will pirates be trustworthy? But Nami believed it, Nochigao said in a low tone. After finishing speaking, the whole space became quiet. Suddenly Zoro stood up and said in a high but serious tone, Captain, let's kill the dragon. Wah, what, you are going to find trouble with the evil dragon? Nochigao suddenly panicked. You must not go. The physical fitness of those fishmen is 10 times that of ordinary people, and the evil dragons are even stronger than ordinary fishmen. If you go there, you will only die. Sister, I'm back. At this moment, a voice suddenly came from outside the door. It was Nami who was back. Nami walked in the door and saw the three of them. He immediately took out the stick he carried and pointed it at Amber and the two, and asked warily, who are you? Why are you at my house? Nami, aren't these two your friends? Nochigao said to Nami in confusion. I don't know them at all. Sister, come here quickly and get behind me. Nami quickly pulled Nokigao behind her. Please wait a moment, Miss Nami, we don't mean any harm. Amber looked at the dangerous atmosphere and quickly relaxed. Who are you? Nami asked again. The two of us are bounty hunters, and we are here specifically to hunt dragons this time. Amber quickly explained. Bounty hunter. Nami repeated doubtfully. Miss Nami, we really don't have any ill intentions. If we had any ill intentions, we would have done it a long time ago, so can you put the stick away first? Amber suggested. Nami put away the stick after seeing that Amber and the two of them did not mean any harm. You want to exchange the dragon's head for a bounty, so give up. In the past 6 years, I don't know how many bounty hunters like you have been killed by the dragon pirates. Nami, he said coldly. That's not necessarily the case. Please take a look at the person next to me. He is the strongest bounty hunter in East Blue, Roronoa. Zoro, known as the Warcraft, Amber replied nonchalantly. No matter who you are, you can never defeat the evil dragon. Do you know how strong the evil dragon is? You have no idea at all. Nami shouted angrily. Miss Nami, you don't understand what a real strong person is like. A fish like a dragon will be defeated in 1 round in front of a real strong person. Amber said lightly to Kaido. Chapter 9. War begins. Miss Nami, just watch, we will definitely defeat the dragon pirates, Amber said confidently. Let's go, Zoro. Amber walked out of Nami's house first. Understood, Captain. Zoro smiled slightly and followed closely behind him with a knife. Hey, don't go, you'll die. Nami was stunned for a moment, then immediately chased after him. But for a moment of confusion, Amber and Zoro disappeared. Nami immediately ran to the Dragon Realm, where the dragon pirates gathered. Although she didn't know these two people at all, kind-hearted Nami still didn't want anyone to die because of the dragon pirates. In the past 6 years, there have been other bounty hunters who wanted to catch the evil dragon group in exchange for bounty. Nami also reminded those bounty hunters when no one was paying attention, telling them not to die, but in the end they all died in the evil dragon. In the hands of the dragon pirates. I hope I can catch up. Nami thought silently in her heart. Amber and Zoro soon arrived at the evil dragon realm. The fishman guarding the door was playing cards boredly. When he saw the menacing two men, he immediately stopped playing cards and came forward with a fierce look on his face. Humans, what are you doing here? Don't you know this is a restricted area for humans? Do you want to die? One of them asked fiercely. The two of us are scavengers of the sea, specializing in cleaning up marine garbage. Amber said with a smile. Who do you think is marine garbage? The fish man who asked the question raised his fist and attacked. Zoro, kill them all, leave no one alive. Amber remained calm, with her hands in her pockets. Understood, Captain. Zoro. The next moment the knife was unsheathed and then retracted. How can we let the miscellaneous fish hinder the captain? Ah, the two fishmen covered their throats in disbelief, and then fell down unwillingly. The movement at the door attracted the attention of the Murlocs inside, and then an octopus leader came out with a dozen Murloc minions to check, and happened to see 2 Murloc corpses lying on the ground. What? Damn humans actually dare to kill the noble fish man. This octopus is Rayleigh's savior, the fish man Xiaoba. When did Murlocs become a noble species? I remember in the Grand Line, weren't you able to bully anyone with a little bit of strength? Especially your dragon pirates, weren't you once the slaves of the celestial dragons? Amber smiled contemptuously. In the original work, I was very unhappy that this guy was exonerated, killed Nami's adoptive mother, and brought disaster to the villagers of Kokoyasi village. This guy had a hand in everything. He hurt the people I care about. No matter if you are Pluton Rayleigh's savior or not, you will die. Wah. What? Why do you know this? Maybe the fishmen are weak, as everyone who has been to the Grand Line knows, but their dragon pirates were once members of the Sun Pirates and slaves of the celestial dragons. How did this guy know? You guy, go to hell. Xiaoba became angry and waved the knives on his 8 arms to chop at Amber. It was easily blocked by Zoro with 2 swords. I don't know what Rayleigh would think if she knew what you are doing now. Amber continued to taunt. Why do you guys know these things? Xiaoba could not break through Zoro's defense and could only be furious. Zoro, let me come over to this guy. I have an old acquaintance with him. Amber said. Okay. Zoro didn't say much, turned around and went to take care of the fishmen. You will definitely die today. Even if Rayleigh is here, I will still kill you. Amber looked at Xiaoba with murderous intent. Go to hell. Xiaoba rushed over. Thunder Chidori spear. Amber condenses a thunder sword in her right hand, which is developed by imitating Uchiha Sasuke's move. Brush. Amber ignored the attack and directly cut off Xiaoba's right row of arms. Ah! Xiaoba screamed and knelt on the ground. This is for Nami's adoptive mother Belmere. Brush. Amber cut off the left row of arms again. This is for the villagers of Kokoyasi village who have been bullied by you for so many years. Then Amber stabbed the Chidori sharp spear directly into Xiaoba's heart. Because he didn't pull it out immediately, Xiaoba didn't die immediately. 5 million volts. Discharge. Ah! Xiaoba was electrocuted into ashes in severe pain. This is for Nami. Amber said the last words coldly. Only then did Nami arrive. When she heard Amber's last words, she couldn't help but shed tears and covered her mouth tightly with her hands. At this time, the evil dragon inside saw that Xiaoba hadn't come back for so long, so he also led all the remaining fishmen to the door. Seeing the scene in front of him, he was extremely angry. Nami. The evil dragon gritted his teeth and yelled Nami's name. Okay, you actually dare to bring helpers. After I tear these 2 guys apart, I will kill all the villagers in Koko West Village. Quote. No. Nami trembled all over. She heard the evil dragon's words, which reminded her of the tragic death of her adoptive mother Belmere, and her bodies curled up unconsciously. It's okay, Nami. Suddenly Nami heard a gentle voice, and then she hugged herself into a warm embrace. Please, help me, help me. Nami burst into tears, holding Amber's arm tightly, asking Amber for help. I will protect you and everyone. The nightmare will be over soon. Amber held Nami with one hand and wiped the tears from Nami's face with one hand, and asked Nami to walk to a safe area. Then he turned around, looked at the evil dragon with a gloomy face, and said coldly like a Shinigami, you will all die today. Ha ha ha, what are you talking about, a lowly human being? I am a noble fish man. You dare to kill my partner, so I will tear you into pieces. The evil dragon's eyes were red, like some kind of same as Sea King's. Boss evil dragon, don't take action, otherwise this place will turn into ruins. The remaining 2 cadres Ju and Kruby stopped the evil dragon. Zoro, I'll leave these 2 trash fish to you. Although they are trash fish, they will still be helpful to increase your combat experience. Amber shouted to Zoro. Captain, I'm not responsible for collecting garbage here. Zoro said this, but he still pulled out 3 knives and pointed them at the 2 cadres. What, you be **************, you dare to look down on us. The 2 cadres rushed towards Zoro angrily. Amber and the evil dragon's eyes met, and there seemed to be sparks in the air. The evil dragon suddenly rushed towards Amber and punched out. Amber did not defend herself and allowed the evil dragon's attack to pass directly through her. What, are you Logia demon fruit power? The evil dragon was shocked. Yes, the same Logia as the Admiral Kizaru who severely injured you. The evil dragon was so frightened that he was sweating profusely. Although he had been in the Grand Line, he didn't know how to Haki, right? For sea water, just use sea water to attack, and then the evil dragon turns around and wants to run to the sea pool inside. But Amber had already noticed him, and lightning teleported forward and kicked him back. Ah! The evil dragon was kicked and hit the wall, spitting out a large mouthful of blood. Dragon boss. The 2 cadres wanted to come over to help, but were immediately stopped by Zoro. Fight hard, you 2 bastards. Zoro shouted angrily at the 2 Murloc officers. Human, you are just relying on the Logia devil fruit ability. If you have the ability, don't use the fruit ability. The evil dragon wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and shouted through gritted teeth. Oh, why should I listen to you? Chidori. Sharp gun. After Amber said that, she suddenly attacked the evil dragon and directly hit the evil dragon's thigh. Amber didn't want to kill him so easily. The evil dragon shouted in pain. Evil dragon boss. The other fishmen wanted to come over, but were frightened away by Amber's look. Then Amber cut off the dragon's limbs and applied 5 or 6 electrotherapy treatments, beating the dragon to death. Kill me. The evil dragon's breathing was very weak and he was dying. Meet your request. He grabbed the evil dragon and threw him into the evil dragon's territory. The other Murlocs tried to escape, but were all killed by Amber's colony mine. Over there, Zoro also killed 2 cadres after a fierce fight. Let's have a brilliant fireworks at the end. 100 million volts, Keelin, turn into ashes with the thunder. A huge blue beast fell from the sky and rushed towards the evil dragon domain. Bang! A huge explosion was made. Thunder and lightning covered a 100-meter radius. After 3 seconds, the entire evil dragon domain was turned into ruins. Nami, all your nightmares, like this dragon's domain, end forever today. Amber looked at the tearful Nami and said softly, Chapter 10 Banquet. The huge vibrations and noises also attracted the villagers of Kokoyasi village here. They were very shocked when they saw that the evil dragon domain was in ruins. Village policeman Aegean led several villagers, holding various hoes, brooms and other weapons in their hands, and came here. They saw Nami with tears on her face and the dragon field that had been turned into ruins. Little Nami, what's going on? Jien rushed over anxiously to check on Nami and asked. Nami looked at Aegean like a father, and threw herself into Aegean's arms and cried loudly. Mr. Takaru, the dragon pirates have been defeated, and all nightmares are over. But she can't see Belmere. Akane was first shocked by the sudden news and couldn't speak, and then quickly comforted Nami. Little Nami, Belmere has been watching you in the sky. She must be very happy to see you today. Evil dragon, have the evil dragon pirates really been defeated? Is this true? The 6-year nightmare is finally over. Hurry up and tell everyone in the village. The other villagers who followed were first in disbelief, then ecstatic, and then ran back to the village to spread the good news like crazy. At night, in order to celebrate the destruction of the evil dragon realm, the villagers of Kokoyasi village held a grand banquet and caroused all night long without hesitation in taking out the food stored at home. The villagers excitedly surrounded Amber and Zoro and threw them into the sky to show their gratitude to the hero who saved the village. Long live, long live, long live. Hey, you guys put me down quickly and kill you. Zoro is still so arrogant. Around the bonfire, everyone drank and caroused. Zoro was having a drink with one of the villagers with an angry look on his face, while Amber was drinking alone in a remote corner with a glass of wine. Amber has never liked lively atmosphere. In her previous life, she was an otaku and rarely interacted with others. Hey, you're here. Nami changed into beautiful clothes and walked towards Amber with a glass of wine in her hand. Oh, why don't you go celebrate with the villagers? Amber said in surprise. You're talking about me. As the protagonist of the banquet, why did you reject all the villagers and then come here to drink alone? Nami chuckled and sat next to Amber. Sorry, I treated you very badly during the day. Thank you and Zoro very much. If it weren't for you, I don't know how long this nightmare would have continued. Nami took a sip of wine and apologized to Amber. It's okay. No matter who has experienced something like that, they will be wary of strangers. Amber shook her head to show that she didn't care. What is your goal here? Forget about being a bounty hunter. All members of the dragon pirates were turned into ashes by your attack. Nami asked doubtfully. Catching evil dragons in exchange for bounties is really just an excuse for us. Nami, our target is you. Amber's eyes were fixed on Nami. Wah, what? We didn't know each other before. Nami asked unnaturally as Amber stared at her. Her face turned red and she stuttered. Nami, I have actually heard about you a long time ago. Hey, where did you hear that? It's not important. Amber dealt with it casually. A long time ago, I accidentally learned the story of a girl. In such an environment, in order to protect the village she loved, a little girl was forced to join the enemy's pirate group and lived in a small, narrow room. Drawing sea charts all night is obviously my favorite thing to do, but it is so painful. At that time, I vowed to save this girl, so I came and did it. Amber drank wine and told his story. Before. Nami, you are really strong. Thank you. Nami looked at Amber and said sincerely. Nami, what is your dream? Amber cheated and began to use dreams as a temptation to win over the crew. Dream. Nami couldn't react to the sudden question. Recalling the past life with Nokigao and Belmere. Aunt Belmere, I will use my navigation skills to travel around all the oceans in the world, and then draw a map of the world that I have seen with my own eyes. Little Nami, your dreams will come true one day. Belmere, my dream is to travel around the world and draw the sea charts I see, Nami said excitedly. So, Nami, come to my ship and be my navigator. Let's travel around the world together. Amber Nami invited. Go to your ship. Is your goal the Grand Line? Are you and Zoro pirates? Nami asked curiously. Have you ever seen a pirate like this? Amber laughed dumbly. I just want to go to sea to experience those thrilling adventures. I position myself as just an adventurer. Amber returned. But I don't know how to locate Marine. After going to sea, I will definitely meet Marine. So, do you want to come to my boat? Nami looked at Amber's sincere smile and recalled what he said to her when he destroyed the evil dragon's domain, as well as her shy mood when he stared at her closely just now. Well, it's not impossible to promise you that, but I have a condition. Nami said proudly. What conditions? Amber smiled at Kaido. The money on the ship is under my control. When Nami said this, his eyes sparkled and seemed to take the shape of Bailey. Then I reluctantly agree to you. Welcome to join us. Nami and Nuo Chigao were paying homage to their adoptive mother and telling her today's good news. Amber and Jien stood on the cliff not far away and watched quietly, not disturbing their mother-daughter reunion. Nami has already told us that she wants to board your ship and sail. At this time, Aegean suddenly broke the silence. That's right, Amber nodded. Although I am not Nami's father, I have watched Nami and Nuo Chigao grow up over the years, and I have already regarded them as my daughters. Aegean said in a low tone. I know I am weak, but if I know that you hurt Nami and make Nami sad, I will never let you go. I will chase you even to the ends of the world. Jien turned around and stared at you. Amber said with a serious look on her eyes. I will definitely take good care of Nami and never let her get hurt. Amber's face was calm, but her tone was extremely firm. Then I'll leave it to you, Nami. Chapter 11 Clown. Set sail to the sea. The next day, rest up and get ready to go. Amber and the others cleared out all the treasures that the dragon pirates had collected over the years. There are actually nearly 100 million Baileys. You can imagine how many outrageous things the dragon pirates have done. When Amber and the others added up, they kept 10 million belly, and returned all the rest to the villagers. Anyway, the dragon took it from them. No, Marine has arrived. Just then a villager ran over and shouted in panic. The faces of the villagers changed drastically. Nami's face also changed slightly. She had a clear understanding of Marine. During the rule of the dragon pirates, some villagers secretly went out to sea to report to the nearby Marine base, but all failed. The next day, the fishman cadre of the dragon pirates held that person up by the neck in front of all the villagers. Face was killed. What's going on with them? Why are they so panicked when Marine comes? Zoro asked strangely from the side. Marine, do you think the dragon pirates have been able to stay here for so long? Why didn't Marine come to encircle and suppress them? Amber said disdainfully. The next day, after Amber and her team had rested, they were ready to set off again. The inside of Marine doesn't look clean either. Zoro is also a smart man and figured it out quickly. The reason why ordinary pirates are difficult to encircle and suppress is because they all rush to one village and immediately move around like another village. As for the dragon pirates, a pirate group with the highest bounty in the East Blue and entrenched in one place, there is no Marine to encircle and suppress them. There is really no other explanation other than collusion with Marine. They have never been clean, and their upper echelons, the world government, are even more filthy. The villagers were undecided for a moment and looked at Amber and the two. What should we do now? Nami looked helplessly to Amber for help. Let's see what these Marines want to do first. Amber said calmly. Get out of the way and hand over the prisoner, little thieving cat, quickly. A Marine who looked like a mouse led a group of Marines and was pointing weapons at the villagers. What are you here for? Why didn't you Marine show up when the dragon pirates were oppressing this place? Now that the dragon pirates have been defeated, you came here. What do you want to do? Takaru stood at the front of the crowd and shouted. Asked Marine. Hey, we have conclusive evidence that, little thieving cat, Nami joined the dragon pirates and seized the villagers' treasures. Hand her over quickly and let us Marine support justice. Colonel Mouse said wretchedly smiling. Don't even think about it, we will never hand over Nami. Who in this village doesn't know that you Marines are colluding with the dragon pirates, and you are here just for the dragon pirates' treasure? The villagers exposed Marine's evil deeds with indignation. You bunch of unruly people, how dare you insult the great Marine who has worked so hard to protect you, shoot me. Colonel Mouse ordered in anger. Sir, this is not good. How can we shoot at people? The deputy next to him stood up to dissuade him. Bang, Colonel Mouse shot the deputy directly in the chest. Sir, why? The deputy said with eyes closed. Who else dares to disobey my order? Colonel Mouse said to all the Marines. The other Marines took a step back in fear. Now, raise your gun to me. Crash. The Marines raised their guns and pointed them at the villagers. Stop it. Nami arrived at this time and shouted to stop Marine. Aren't you just here for the dragon pirate's treasure? I'll give it to you, and then get out of this village immediately. Hey, little cat Nami, a leader of the dragon pirates. Now that the dragon pirates have been wiped out, you are the only one who has slipped through the net. If you run away, I won't be able to report to the higher authorities. The mouse sneered and said. A-hole, why, isn't Marine supposed to protect civilians? Nami yelled. Yes, we are arresting you, a fellow pirate, to protect civilians. It's really disgusting. Amber and Zoro walked out of the crowd. You are the bounty hunter who killed the dragon pirates. Although you killed the dragon, if you insult Marine again, I can arrest you. The mouse stared at Amber and threatened viciously. Amber appeared in front of Colonel Mouse in an instant, and slapped Colonel Mouse away, causing his whole jaw to break. Everyone was shocked by this slap, and they didn't expect Amber to attack Marine. Colonel Mouse lay on the ground, vomited several large mouthfuls of blood, and pointed at Amber. This man is a dangerous person who is colluding with pirates. Shoot him. Bang, 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 the Marines, bullets passed directly through Amber's body. Devil, fruit. Colonel Mouse was startled. Amber will not let these Marines go, nor will they care if there are any good people inside. His creed is, I will not offend anyone unless they offend me, and I will kill them if they offend me. Thunder Chidori. Amber's figure flashed quickly in the Marine, killing. Help. Don't come here. In just 10 seconds, all Marines were killed. Amber looked at the last living Colonel Mouse. You, don't come here. Attacking Marine is a crime. Marine will not let you go. You will be rewarded and hunted by Marine. Colonel Mouse covered his mouth, curled up, and said tremblingly. You're still threatening me when you're about to die. Are you a dirty thing like you, Marine? Amber asked teasingly as she walked towards Colonel Mouse. Please, don't kill me. I can do whatever you want. I can cover you like I did with the dragon pirates. If you kill Marine, you won't be able to escape. As long as you let me go, I can please settle the matter with me. I have someone above me. How do people like you change? How do you change? Answer me. You can't change. You can only die. Yan Shuangying. Who are you learning from? Who are you learning from? Then Amber electrocuted Colonel Mouse into ashes with a bolt of lightning. Then Amber smiled and said to Zoro, it looks like we are going to be pirates. It doesn't matter. If you didn't take action, I would have killed him just now. Zoro said coldly to Kaido. After the battle, Amber and the two were ready to set off, and the villagers came to see them off. In order to prevent Marine from being held accountable, you can just blame it all on us. Anyway, after this incident, I no longer want to be a pirate. Amber said to Jien. Your kindness will never be forgotten by Kokoyasi village. Ajian bowed deeply to Amber. It's okay. Amber shrugged nonchalantly. Zoro, it's time to go. Understood, Captain. The two worked together to operate the boat. Goodbye. Have a nice trip. The villagers on the shore offered their sincere blessings. Captain, are you waiting for that woman? Zoro asked doubtfully. Nami, she told us to leave first and she will arrive later. Amber remembered Nami's nickname of Little Thieving Cat, and knew what she was going to do. Sure enough, there were waves of curses immediately coming from the shore. You thief. Give me my wallet back. Don't run away, little b******************. D. There was a joyful tone in these scoldings. Nami, take care of yourself. Nami, thank you. These are goodbyes. Set the boat. Nami, who was holding more than a dozen wallets, jumped on the boat and shouted. Amber held Nami's hand firmly and shouted, let's set sail. Chapter 12 Bounty. The pirate group is established. Report. When Captain Mouse, the head of the 16th branch of East Blue, led Marine to inspect Coco West Village, he was attacked by former bounty hunter Amber and Warcraft Zoro, as well as the former cadre of the Dragon Pirates, Little Thieving Cat. Nami, the captain of the Marine, was annihilated. Amber was suspected to be Logia Devil Fruit, a user with Thunder Fruit ability. He once hunted down the pirate, One-Eyed Beta Andal with a bounty of 13 million Baileys, and killed the pirate with a bounty of 20 million Baileys. The Fish Man Dragon, his crewmate, Warcraft Zoro, is the strongest bounty hunter in East Blue. He has hunted several tens of millions of pirates on his own. Both of them are stronger than the average pirate in East Blue. It is recommended to give a high reward. Quote. Marine quickly got the news, investigated everything that Amber and the three had done, and sent the information and photos taken by the mysterious reporter to Naval Headquarters. The new issue of the reward order flew to the world with the new issue of the newspaper, causing an uproar. The days of sailing on the ship were boring. Originally, they relied on Amber, a captain who knew nothing, and Zoro, a road idiot. The two starved to death on the sea and could not sail to the next island. Thanks to Nami's joining, in Nami's under the command of the navigator, the ship can move in the normal direction. It's hard to imagine how the two of you managed to sail the boat to Coco West Village without even knowing a little bit about navigation. Nami couldn't help complaining about the unreliable captain. Well, I hired a few crew members in the last town and asked them to help. Amber said nonchalantly. If the captain knew everything, why would he hire crew members? At this time, a news bird flew onto the boat. Nami called the news bird over and chatted for a while. Sweat. I really don't know how Nami can understand a bird talking. What? You actually want 100 belly, you are stealing money. Cuckoo. Even 50 Baileys is too much. Nami argued. In the end, Nami managed to buy a newspaper for 70 belly. Amber, Zoro, we have your reward. Oh, really? It's as expected. Amber had already guessed it. Zoro, who was exercising with dumbbells on the side, also came closer. He was still quite curious about his first reward. Thunder. Amber, bounty of 90 million Baileys, regardless of life or death. Slaughtered the One-Eyed Pirates and the Dragon Pirates, attacked and massacred hundreds of Marines including the colonel of the 16th Marine Division patrolling Kokoa Nishi Village, extremely dangerous. Warcraft. Roronoa. Zoro. Bounty of 25 million belly, regardless of life or death. Formerly a pirate hunter from East Blue, he later joined the Amber team and assisted them in massacring Marine. Little Thieving Cat. Nami 5 million Baileys, regardless of life or death. Former leader of the Dragon Pirates, later joined Team Amber. As this Marine's report, that rat-like Marine colluded with the Dragon Pirates, and later pointed a gun at the villagers of Coco West Village, but there was no report at all. Nami said angrily. This is just the consistent style of Marine and the world government behind it. Public opinion is in their hands, and they can write whatever they want. We have become what they call pirates and can only take the blame. Amber analyzed. Zoro, who had been silent at this time, suggested, since we are already pirates in Marine's eyes, we need to truly form a pirate group. Then, let's give the pirate group a name first. Nami took the suggestion. Let's call them the Swordsman Pirates. Zoro suggested. No, Amber and Nami objected at the same time. Called the Orange Pirates. Nami suggested. Not as good as my Swordsman Pirates. Zoro complained. What? Nami glared at Zoro. Amber ignored the quarrel and walked to the bow of the ship alone to look at the seascape in the distance. Let's call it the Sky Shadow Pirates. Soaring in the sky has always represented the most free thing. Shadow represents the figure chasing freedom. We are a group of people chasing freedom. Nonsense. This is a good name. Now that the captain has spoken. Nami Zoro didn't have any objections, and it was finally decided that the name of the pirate group would be the Sky Shadow Pirates. The pirate flag is simply a skull with thunder and lightning. The pirate ship was named Thunder, Lazy. The Sky Shadow Pirates. Captain Amber, Swordsman Zoro, Navigator Nami. Captain, please start teaching me how to practice Haki. On this day, Zoro made a request to practice Haki. Amber silently opened Zoro's properties panel. Name: Roranoa, Zoro. Age: 17. Power: 3 stars. Agility: 3 stars. Physique: 3 stars. Spirit: 4 stars. Note: the average for ordinary people is 1 star. Fruit ability: none. Haki: open black lens bracket, none close black lens bracket. Comprehensive combat power: 3.5 stars. The basic conditions for learning Haki have been met, and the physical fitness has reached 3 stars. Although Amber's own weapon color and observation Haki are only 2 stars, they can still be taught. Just throw all Haki's training methods to Zoro. As the saying goes, the master leads you in, and cultivation depends on the individual. Amber thought unscrupulously. Chapter 13: Logue Town and Smoker. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 415. 104. 138. The days of sailing at sea are boring. After 5 days of sailing, Amber and her team finally arrived at Logue Town, where Roger, the Pirate King, was born and died, known as the Town of the Beginning and End. Nami decided to buy some supplies and go shopping. As expected, shopping is a woman's nature, no matter what world she is in. Zoro decided to buy 2 new knives. During the last battle with 2 fishman cadres in Cocoa West Village, Zoro clearly felt that these 2 knives could no longer keep up with his progress. And Amber decided to visit the execution platform where the Pirate King was executed and witness the place where the legend fell. Logue Town is small, but it is the only way from East Blue to the Grand Line. There is also a Logia demon fruit power resident here, Smoker, who has the ability to smoke fruit. But Amber has no worries. This guy is an extremely scientific guy who mainly relies on devil fruit ability. He is not good at physical skills and does not know armament Haki. It didn't take long for Amber to arrive at the execution platform in the center of the city, and she teleported to the execution platform. One Piece, Gal D. Roger, is this the last scene you see? Will even legends eventually fall? Amber sighed silently. Look, there's someone up there. When did he go up? He is the Thunder Amber on the latest bounty list, whose first bounty was as high as 90 million belly. Soon someone in the crowd below spotted and recognized Amber. Report to Colonel Smoker. After receiving a report, it was discovered that Thunder Amber, who has a bounty of 90 million Baileys, appeared in Logue Town, which is currently located at the execution platform of the Pirate King in the center of the town. Get ready to go out immediately. I'm going to catch all these pirates. Smoker ordered while smoking 3 cigars. Colonel, from what we have learned, the other party does not seem to be a vicious person. He was a pirate hunter before. He first eliminated the One-Eye, who liked to kill and rob caravans without leaving any survivors, and then from the dragon pirates he saved the villagers of Cocoa West Village from the hands of Colonel Mouse, said Tashigi wearing glasses next to him. He is the vicious pirate who massacred Marine. Tashigi, how could you have such an idea? Colonel Smoker, we all know that according to the investigation, Colonel Mouse was killed because he wanted to point his gun at the people. Tashigi pushed up his glasses and stared at Smoker. Tashigi, don't say such things again. Remember that you are a Marine. No matter what mistakes the scum Colonel Mouse has made, he has no right to kill Marine. Even if he is a scum, he should be left to Marine for trial. Smoker said fiercely. He took a long puff of cigarette and said to Tashigi. Is this justice for Marine? Tashigi thought to himself. Zoro Nami was also discovered, and the 3 quickly completed the gathering, but were unknowingly surrounded by Marine. Thunder, Amber, you pirate group can't run away, just surrender and capture us. Smoker walked out of the Marine and said coldly. Are you going to surrender and be taken to the underwater prison? Amber chuckled. The undersea prison is the best place for you pirates who have committed such heinous crimes. What a heinous crime. When did we commit a heinous crime? Is it a heinous crime to defeat the pirates who let you Marine indulge in bullying the people? Or is it a heinous crime to kill the Marine scum who pointed his gun at the people? Amber asked several rhetorical questions in disdain. There was silence for a while, and the Marines present whispered to each other, and some even doubted whether they were protecting the people. There are some scum in the Marine, but no matter what, our Marine's duty is to protect the people from pirates. Pirates like you must not be allowed to go to the Great Waterway. Smoker saw that the morale of the military was unstable and hurriedly fought. A wave of chicken blood. White Snake. Smoker quickly launched an attack, fearing that Amber would continue to evade and affect the morale of the army. The arms turned into snake-like smoke in an attempt to directly capture Amber. Amber teleported away and muttered, armed color, silently in her mind. Her arms were covered with a faint black energy, and she punched Smoker in the face. Smoker fell to the ground hard, leaving a big crater with 3 cigars in his mouth. All fell out. Colonel, Tashigi exclaimed and hurried to the pit to check. What's going on? He can actually touch Colonel Smoker. How can it be? Marines present were all surprised. Ahem. Armed color. I didn't expect that the higher-ups still underestimated your strength. 90 million is still too low. Smoker slowly got up from the pit. Smoker, you rely too much on Devil Fruit's ability and you will not be my opponent. I give you a piece of advice and ask your subordinates to get out of the way immediately, Amber said calmly. Absolutely. Marine's duty is to capture you pirates, and I will put my faith on the line to catch you. Smoker said firmly. Then there seems to be no way. 100,000 volts. Amber suddenly took action to discharge the electricity at the surrounding Marines, making them incapacitated without harming their lives. He still quite admired Marines like Smoker who insisted on justice in their hearts. The main reason he has a favorable impression of him is that Smoker poses no threat to him. Zoro Nami, you go back to the ship first, I'll take the lead. Zoro Nami ran to the ship without any nonsense, because they knew how fast their Captain Raiden was, and no one could stop him as long as he wanted to run. Don't even think about running away, White Fist. Seeing this, Smoker quickly launched an attack on Zoro Nami, and the smoke turned into fists and attacked them. Ha! Amber kicked Smoker's fist away. Damn it! Smoker angrily pulled out the sea stone behind him and threw his hands at Amber. Amber also formed a thunder sword in her hand, and she fought fiercely with Smoker, making a bang bang sound. Bang! Amber kicked Smoker away again. Thunder Amber, don't even think about escaping, White Blast. Smoker's two arms turned into smoke and released a large amount of smoke to attack Amber. Amber is no longer careless. In the original novel, Smoker used this move to fight Ace, and they were evenly matched. 60 million volts, Thunder Dragon. Amber raised her hand and released a huge thunder and lightning. The lightning collided with the smoke, completely dispersing it, and then rushed towards Smoker. Wah! What? Smoker was so frightened that he quickly transformed into an element and narrowly avoided the Brontosaurus. By the time Smoker reacted, Amber had teleported back to the ship, leaving only the unconscious Marine on the ground. Are pirates actually showing mercy to Marine? Smoker looked at Marine's life-threatening condition on the ground, lit a cigar and started smoking. Thunder Amber, I will definitely capture you. Thunder Amber has escaped from Logue Town. I applied to hunt him down. Smoker took out a phone from his pocket and rushed out. Chapter 14 50-Year Agreement. After leaving Logue Town, the Sky Shadow Pirates quickly arrived at the entrance of the Grand Line, the upside-down mountain. The entrance to the Grand Line is actually a mountain. Nami said in surprise. It's called Mount Levas, also known as Upside Down Mountain. Amber smiled Kaido. It is said that the ship can rise along that sea current and reach the Grand Channel. How is it possible? How can a ship rise? Nami looked doubtful. Nami, this is the Grand Channel. Nothing is impossible here. Maybe you can encounter giants, dinosaurs, and goldfish that eat an island in one bite in the future. Amber gave a small spoiler. Then I still believe that the ship will rise. Nami pouted cutely. ... Nami picked up the telescope and looked at the gap in the red line from a distance, while issuing an order. That's the entrance. Amber Zoro, control it well, don't hit the red line. As the water flow slowly rose, the thunder arrived at the Grand Channel safely. Immediately encountered the next problem. A huge blue figure blocked the thunder. Oh my god, what kind of monster is this? It's so big. Will it eat us? Nami screamed in panic. Even Zoro, who looked calm, couldn't help but change his expression and said, Captain, what should we do? This huge figure is Laboon, a whale that has touched countless people. Amber observed carefully and found that although Laboon was big, it did not completely block the exit, and immediately had an idea. I will attract the attention of this whale, and you will take the opportunity to pass through the gap next to it. Amber, what do you want to do? Don't anger this whale, otherwise, we will be finished. Nami said timidly. Leave it to me, Amber said confidently. Then Amber teleported to the shore and raised her hand to the sky. 30 million volts, thunder. Boom, a dazzling lightning blasted into the sky, making a huge sound. Aang, Laboon was attracted by the dazzling light and the huge sound, and slowly approached the shore. Zoro, hurry, turn right. Nami took the opportunity to issue an order. Got it. Zoro immediately turned the rudder to the right, and soon bypassed Laboon and came to the shore. What a reliable captain, Nami exclaimed after surviving the disaster. The Great Channel is really a place full of miracles. There is such a big whale. But why is its head covered with scars? Who is attacking it? It hit it directly. Amber had teleported back to the ship. It hit itself. What's going on? Nami asked in surprise. Let's ask the person over there for details. Amber had already discovered through observation Haki that there was a person hiding behind a stone not far away. Have you been discovered? Sure enough, a white-haired old man appeared behind the stone. Are you three newcomers who just went to sea? You are so brave. Just 3 people dare to venture into the Great Channel. The white-haired old man exclaimed. Hello, Senior Crocus. Amber bowed gentlemanly. Do you know me? Crocus asked in surprise. The ship's doctor on the ship of One Piece, the person who helped Roger stabilize his body to reach Raftel in the last 3 years of Roger's life, Amber Kaido. Nani, this person is actually the partner of the Pirate King. Nami Zoro looked surprised. You know a lot. Crocus's eyes flashed. Senior Crocus, can you tell us the story of Laboon? My 2 partners are very interested. No problem. Crocus did not refuse and told the story of Laboon and the Lumba Pirates. Quote. In the end, no one came back. Laboon just kept hitting the red line, leaving himself scarred. Ooh, Laboon, I'm so pitiful. Nami, a little girl, was already crying. What a loyal guy, Zoro said with emotion as he looked at the huge figure on the beach. I do know about the Lombard pirates. Amber suddenly spoke up. Oh, is it true? That's great, Crocus said impatiently. The Lombard pirates encountered a strange disease shortly after arriving at the Grand Line 48 years ago. First the captain left, and then they encountered a powerful enemy, and the entire army was annihilated. Really, after all, there has been no news for decades, so Laboon. Crocus was not too surprised. However, there is another person who ate the underworld fruit and got a new life again. His hairstyle is an afro, but he became a skeleton. He has been lost in the magic triangle, so he can't get out. Really, that's great, Laboon has a partner. Crocus said excitedly. Then the Laboon was called and beside it he told the news. Aang! Laboon shouted excitedly. It's a pity that I am too old and weak to go to the Great Waterway to help Laboon find Brook. Crocus sighed. Leave it to us. We will definitely bring Brook back within 2 years at most. Amber said. Really, thank you so much. By the way, I have a letter here. You go to Sabayati Archipelago and find that old guy. He might be able to give you some advice. Crocus handed over a letter with an address on it. At this moment, Amber seemed to hear a prompt from the system in the game. Congratulations, you have obtained an important NPC mission. If you complete it, you will receive a major reward. Is it Pluton Rayleigh? Amber asked. You really know a lot. Although that old guy Rayleigh is old, he still has vision and can still give you some advice. Crocus said with a smile. Thank you, Senior. Nami, go and learn about the navigation knowledge of the Grand Line from Senior Crocus. The navigation knowledge of the Grand Line and the East Blue are completely different. The weather on the Grand Line is completely unreasonable. If you are not careful, you will be buried in the belly of the fish. Amber said to Nami. Hey, really? Nami asked in surprise, this little money fan, except Bailey. Only knowledge about navigation can attract her. The three Ambers rested here for a few days, and Nami took advantage of the time to learn the knowledge of the Grand Line from Crocus. Under the guidance of Crocus, she made her own weapon, the weather stick. In the original work, it was done by the Usopp gang, but here it is changed to under the guidance of Crocus. After all, he came back from the Grand Line, so he still has this insight. After Nami finished studying, Amber and the three were ready to set off. Before leaving, he said to Laboon, Laboon, don't hit the red line again. Brook will probably be sad if he comes back and sees your head full of scars. I will definitely help you get Brook back. This is the agreement between us. Quote. Laboon yelled and sprayed water on his head in response. Chapter 15 Little Garden and the Giant. After leaving the lighthouse at Twin Points, we set off towards our next destination. A few days later, the three arrived at Little Garden, preparing to explore the island. Is it really okay to leave the ship here alone? Nami asked. Don't worry, there is no one else on this island. I have already sensed the surroundings with my sense of sight. Amber Kaido. After so many days of practice, Amber's weapon color and knowledge color have both reached 3 stars. Amber opened her properties panel. Name. Open black lens bracket Amber close black lens bracket. Age. Open black lens bracket 17 close black lens bracket. Power. 5 stars. Agility. 6 stars. Physique. 5 stars. Spirit. 6 stars. The average person is 1 star. Devil Fruit. Thunder Fruit 6 stars. Haki. Armed color 3 stars. Information color 3 stars. Conquerors unawakened. Comprehensive combat power 6.5 stars. Amber's strength has completely reached the Shichibukai level, and she will be more confident when she reaches Alabasta to deal with Crocodile who can't Haki. Strange, this island is so big, why is it called Little Garden? Nami asked in confusion. Nami, do you remember I told you that you would see giants? This is it. For giants, this island is like a garden, so it is called Little Garden. Amber said with a smile. Amber, are you serious? Are there really giants? Nami covered her cute little mouth in disbelief. Giants, I don't know if they are strong or not. Zoro also said with interest. Not only giants, there are also dinosaurs and various large animals here. Nami, please stay by my side as much as possible, I will protect you. When Nami heard this, a blush immediately appeared on her face. Stupid, who wants your protection? Then he covered his face and ran ahead. This little girl, Amber chuckled and quickly chased after her. Woman, what a trouble. Zoro walked at the back with 3 knives on his back. The 3 knives on his waist are obviously different from the original ones. Obviously, when he was in Logue Town, he still found the 2 knives he found in his original destiny, Shuizou and Yao Dao, one of the 50 swordsmanship. 3rd generation Ghost Tetsu. The plants here are so old and so big, Nami sighed as he looked at the plants. Bang! The volcano in the center of the island suddenly made a loud noise and erupted. Then there was the sound of swords clashing, ping 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 pong. There's someone fighting in front of me, Zoro said immediately. It should be those 2 giants. Such a big movement. Well, it's so scary. Let's not go past it. Nami said tremblingly. Seeing Nami's timid look reminded Amber of the original story. Nami was one of the timid trio of the Straw Hat Pirates. Don't worry, Nami, with me and Zoro here, there will definitely be no problem. You have to believe in our strength. Amber comforted from the side. Okay, Nami responded helplessly with a sad face. The three of them moved towards the center of the island, and soon saw two giants of more than 20 meters fighting each other with big swords and giant axes. Both sides' weapons were broken, but they still had no intention of stopping. 70352 Battle. 70,352 square meters. Soon the two sides exchanged their last moves, and then both fell to the ground. Brigitte and Dory laughed together. They were originally partners on the same boat. As for what they were fighting over, it had been so long that they had forgotten. They are the best rivals and best friends, and nearly 100 years of fighting have made the relationship between the two parties even closer. Ba bang bang. Amber clapped her hands and praised sincerely, "What a wonderful battle. You two are very powerful warriors." "Hey, we actually have guests." Brigitte, Dory said in surprise as he looked at the three small people. "Ha ha ha, thank you very much for your compliment." Brigitte laughed. Kaido. "Why are you dueling?" Amber asked. "Hey, Dory, what are we dueling for?" Brigitte looked at Dory in confusion. "The reason, I've forgotten it a long time ago." Dory scratched his head and said. "What? I don't even know the reason for the fight. Isn't it a meaningless fight?" Nami complained beside him. "Ha ha ha, little girl, this is not a meaningless battle, this is the glory that belongs to a warrior," Brigitte responded with a laugh. "Brgy, we finally have guests here today, let's hold a banquet." Dory suggested from the side. "Do you have any wine?" "We do have some wine, but we're on the ship. I'll get it for you." Amber Kaido. "Okay, Dory, let's go hunt some prey too." Soon Amber brought wine from the ship, and the two giants were also grilling dinosaur meat. It's so delicious, Brigitte. I didn't expect your barbecue skills to be so good." Amber praised Brigitte while chewing on a half-human dinosaur leg. "It's delicious. If you had been grilling meat for 100 years, you would have this skill." Brigitte responded with a smile. "Come on, Dory, give our guest a drink." Ha ha ha, cheers. The next day, the volcano in the center of the island erupted on time, and the two giants began their duel on time, and the outcome was, without any surprise, a draw. Amber then challenged the two giants. "What, are you really going to challenge us?" Dory asked in surprise. "Yes, I want to test the strength of the members of the giant soldier pirates that existed 100 years ago," Amber said calmly. "Ha ha ha, come on then, you can't refuse the warrior's challenge." Dory responded boldly. "Who do you want to challenge between the two of us?" "Challenge you two. What? Don't underestimate our Elbaf warriors." Brigitte and Dory were both a little angry. "I have absolute confidence in my own strength." Amber looked at the two of them with firm eyes. "Then let's give it a try," Dory said a little angrily. Then the two giants began to attack Amber. Amber took advantage of her small size to dodge left and right. That's right, Amber is not going to use her fruit ability, and only uses taijutsu and haki to fight against the two giants. It is only in battle that she makes the fastest progress. In a gap, Dory blocked Amber's movement direction, and Brigitte took the opportunity to use the giant axe to strike at Amber. Amber's hand was covered with armament haki, and she clenched her fists and struck the giant axe. Boom! Bursts of lightning erupted between the giant axe and fist. Compared with the strength, the giant was better, and Amber was quickly suppressed. At this time, Dory swept towards Amber again with the giant sword. Amber used the power of the giant axe to bounce away, narrowly dodging the giant sword. With a loud bang, Amber was blasted into a boulder. Ahem, you overestimated yourself, you won. Amber slowly climbed out of the boulder. Ha ha ha, you are also very strong. If we were one-on-one, we would not necessarily win or lose. Brigitte laughed boldly. Really, what a mess. Nami came over from the side to help Amber. Nami had always been opposed to Amber when she said she wanted to challenge the giant, and now she is also hard-hearted and soft-spoken. It's okay, I haven't gained anything. Amber looked at her improved attribute panel and said to Nami with a smile. Name. Open black lens bracket Amber close black lens bracket. Age. Open black lens bracket 17 close black lens bracket. Power. 6 stars. Agility. 6 stars. Physique. 6 stars. Spirit. 6 stars. The average person is 1 star. Devil fruit. Thunder fruit 6 stars. Haki. Armed color 4 stars. Information color 4 stars. Conquerors unawakened. Comprehensive combat power. 6.5 stars. Chapter 16 Sepang Island. After the Amber 3 stayed in Little Garden for a few more days, they decided to set off. During this period, Amber challenged the two giants several times, but still lost without using her fruit power. In the last game, under the request of the two giants to use their full strength, Amber used a big move to shock the two giants to a crisp on the outside and tender on the inside. Are you leaving so soon? The record pointer shouldn't be full yet, right? Dory was a little reluctant. After all, few people had come to Little Garden over the years, and it was not easy to meet someone who could fight with them. Record pointer. I have already prepared the record pointer to Alabasta. For Amber, who has read the original work, it is so important to record the pointer in Little Garden for a full year because how can things be forgotten, so she has already bought robbed. A record pointer to Alabasta through underground channels. Really? Then I wish you a safe journey. Dory didn't hesitate anymore. But you should be careful of the island-eating monsters around this island. Island-eating monster. What is that? A monster that feeds on islands? Nami asked doubtfully. That's right, it's a monster that eats islands. It looks like a big goldfish, and even the poop it pulls out is as big as the island. What? It turns out that what the captain said is true. Nami remembered that Amber told her that she would encounter giants, dinosaurs, and even big goldfish that eat the islands, and all of them came true. Don't worry, just drive forward later, Dory and I will clear a way for you. Bullock laughed. Thank you very much, but I still like to solve it myself. I happen to have a new trick and I want to try its power. Amber refused the help of the two giants. Are you sure? That thing is so huge. Brigitte said a little worried. No need, I believe in the power of me and my partners. Okay then. Brigitte nodded. Not long after, the thunderbolt left Little Garden, and suddenly an island appeared on the sea in front of it. Upon closer inspection, it turned out to be the island-eating monster. Wow, it's so big. Hearing is worse than seeing. Nami was still shocked to see such a huge creature with her own eyes. Nami Zoro, rush over and leave the rest to me, Amber said loudly. No problem, Captain. Nami and Zoro responded with smiles after hearing Amber's words. Amber slowly rose into the sky and began to release thunder and lightning with both hands. After a while, a huge black spherical thunder and lightning was formed. Thunder welcome, Amber said two words lightly, then pushed with both hands, pushing the black thunder ball above the island-eating monster. Boom, the thunderball quickly descended and hit the island-eating monster, causing a huge explosion. After a while, when the smoke disappeared, the entire giant island-eating monster disappeared. The thunder passed through the sea safely. Amber slowly descended onto the boat, and Nami immediately pounced on her, hanging on Amber like a koala. Amber, you are amazing. Amber felt the softness on her body and couldn't help but feel ready to move. Nami, you come down first, it makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Amber said helplessly, scratching the back of her head. What's the discomfort? I'm sorry, Nami asked in confusion at first, then suddenly felt something strange where the body was in contact. She suddenly blushed with embarrassment and gave a hesitant response. Is this the strength of the captain? One blow can destroy an island. In comparison, my strength is still too poor. It seems that I have to work harder. Zoro held the knife tightly, thinking secretly in his heart, planning add a few tons of weight. Next stop, Amber decided to go to Chopper's hometown, the Penzi Kingdom. Chopper is so cute, has great medical skills, and is a very good ship's doctor who can also be used as a food reserve at critical moments. How could Amber let him go? What's more, the system's mission has only found two partners now. Amber is ready to bring Chopper and Robin on board, and finally a chef will be able to complete the system's mission. As for why not Sanji? Amber said that there is only one pervert on board. What will Luffy do after he goes to sea? Let's serve it cold. After Amber came to this world, there was no so-called protagonist, there was only Amber herself. Unknowingly, the ship had sailed into the range of Winter Island, and snowflakes began to fall in the sky. The three of Amber wore thick clothes. Okay, it's so cold. Amber, what are we doing here? Nami crossed her arms and shivered from the cold. Sepang Island is not on the Grand Line's must-pass route, and Nami is confused as to why Amber came here. Looking for a new partner. The medical skills here are famous overseas. You can definitely find a good ship's doctor here, Amber explained with a smile. Under Nami's guidance, the thunder soon arrived at Sepang Island, and the three Ambers landed on the island. Amber used observation Haki to sense a village not far away, so she decided to go there to find out information. This B********* D King, because of his order, only allows him to form his own medical team. All the doctors in this country have been driven away, and the sick can only go to him. Unacceptable. The three Ambers came to a tavern and heard some guests complaining about their king. Ordered a drink and asked the tavern owner. Under the constant narration of the tavern owner, Amber and the others also learned about Wapple's evil deeds. Bang! Nami slapped the table after hearing this. That's too much. How can such a person be the king? Nami said angrily. Wapple's evil deeds reminded Nami of what the dragon pirates did to Koko Nishi village. In the participating countries under the rule of the world government, such kings abound. Amber said the cruel reality. Nami fell silent, shocked. Captain, are we going to kill him? Zoro asked. Let's take a look at the situation first. There are scum like this everywhere. Even if we kill Wapple, what will happen if the next Wapple appears? We can't always protect them. If they don't learn to resist, the situation will still be the same next time. Amber calmed Kaido. It sounds very grand, but for Amber, saving the country is just incidental. The key point is that killing Wapple will play a major role in increasing Chopper's favorability. After eating and drinking, Amber asked the tavern owner about the location of Guleha Castle, and then set off. Chapter 17 Tony Chopper. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 355. 89. 118. Amber's group quickly arrived at Guleha's address. I met a reindeer, who was making medicine outside the door, but didn't seem to notice the arrival of Amber and others. Chopper. Hello, Amber greeted. Ah, who are you and what are you doing here? Chopper was startled and asked the three of them in a panic but wary manner. The three of us are pirates, and we came here to find a doctor with great medical skills. Amber responded with a smile, trying to show no harm. Pirate. When Chopper heard the word pirate, his eyes suddenly lit up and he looked very excited. But he quickly calmed down and asked, is any of you sick or injured? No, we are looking for a ship's doctor as a partner. Chopper, are you a doctor? Do you want to come on our ship and sail together? Amber smiled and invited Chopper. I don't know you, why should I agree to you? Chopper seemed a little moved. He still yearned for pirates, but because humans had hurt him too deeply in the past, he was full of vigilance. What, Captain, how can anyone invite someone else when they meet for the first time? Nami complained. Hello, let me meet you formally. My name is Nami, the one over there is Zoro, and this is our captain, Amber. Nami turned her head and smiled, extending her hand to Chopper. My name is Tony. Chopper hesitated for a while, but looking at Nami's clear and friendly eyes, he still put his hand on Nami's hand and held it. Do you have your own pirate ship? Chopper asked curiously. Of course, it's called Thunder. Nami replied with a chuckle. Nami and Chopper chatted with each other, mostly with Chopper asking about adventures at sea. Nami replied that girls are more likely to get close to small animals. Chopper, are there any guests outside? An old lady with white hair and a bottle of wine came out. She was Guleha who taught Chopper medical skills. Dr. Doriel, these 3 people are pirates and they said they came to see the doctor. Chopper explained. Hello, madam. Amber greeted her elegantly. Amber knew that this old man who was over 130 years old cared very much about his age. He was called old lady, grandma, etc. by others, even madam. Angry. Madam, haha, this young man is really good at talking. Guleha touched her face and laughed. Amber, what are you talking about? This is obviously an old lady. Zoro interjected from the side. With a bang sound, he was kicked away. What nonsense are you talking about? I am only over 130 years old this year, and I am still a young girl. You hateful old woman, Zoro said angrily with half of his head stuck in the snow. ... Guleha graciously invited Amber and the others into the house, while Chopper continued to complete the work of pounding medicine outside. Pirates, what is your real purpose here? Guleha asked casually, taking a sip of wine. With her 130-year-old vision, she could still see that the Amber trio were not the kind of pirates who bullied the people and committed all kinds of evil, but the kind of pirates who loved adventure and pursued freedom, so she let the Amber trio in. Our purpose is to find a ship doctor partner. People in the village said that the people with the best medical skills live here, so we came to have a look. Amber explained with a smile. Chopper seems to be a very good doctor. I really wanted to invite him to be a partner, but it's a pity that he refused. He seems to be very wary of humans. Oh, did you see it? Guleha took a sip of wine. Kaido. This child has been deeply hurt. If you want to invite it as a partner, ordinary methods will not work. Guleha slowly told the story of Chopper and the quack Dr. Cerulean. Chopper is so pitiful. Nami looked at Chopper who was busy outside the window and felt heartbroken. I have decided to let Chopper be our partner. After hearing Chopper's story, Amber said firmly. Chopper, do you want to go on an adventure with us? There are many fun things and adventures on the sea. Amber walked out of the door, sat on a rock, and extended another invitation to Chopper who was making medicine. I can't. Chopper shook his head desperately as if he was stimulated by something. Why, I'm a reindeer, and I have a blue nose. How can I be a companion of humans? Chopper said excitedly, pointing to his blue nose. Humans have done too much harm to him over the years. He was originally expelled by the deer group because he accidentally ate the ren fruit. He wanted to find a partner in the human world and was attacked again. But I think Chopper like this is very cute. My companions welcome you. Wah, what, a-hole, even if you praise me for being cute, I won't be happy. Chopper twisted his body, looking very happy, but he still emphasized that he was unhappy. Amber tried her best to fool Chopper, who was so confused that she was fooled. Let me think about it again. Although Chopper wanted to agree in his heart, his past experience prevented him from agreeing immediately. Chopper, do you remember Wapple? Amber suddenly changed the subject. The usual deception could no longer fool Chopper, so Amber decided to take some drastic measures. That guy. Chopper's face suddenly became fierce. That B********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************* D's design that Dr. Cerulean died miserably. It's impossible to save this country with just medical skills, Chopper, you should know that. Yeah, Chopper nodded silently. Although after Shiluk's death, Chopper vowed to become a doctor, develop a panacea that can cure all diseases, and become a doctor who can save the country, but medical skills are only medical skills after all and cannot save a country. Chopper, we are going to defeat Wapple. Do you want to come with us? Amber asked. Defeat Wapple. Chopper looked at Amber in surprise. We are very strong. Come together, Chopper. Nami walked out and said with a smile. The kind of character who bullies the weak and fears the strong, I can deal with him by myself. Zoro leaned against the door, the corners of his mouth raised slightly. Use our power to save this country. Amber extended her hand to Chopper. Yeah, Chopper put his hand on Amber's hand moved. Chapter 18 Killing Wapple. Interesting for you. The 7 most famous plus-size models in the world. 285, 74, 249. After saying goodbye to Guleha, Chopper followed the 3 Ambers to the castle belonging to Wapple. Well, don't we need to hide? With such an above-board past, it would be easy to be discovered. There are hundreds of defenders in this castle. Chopper asked. Chopper, Don't worry, our captain is very powerful. He can even sink an island with one blow. Nami replied from the side. Ever since she saw Amber's blow to destroy the island-eating monster, Nami has been full of confidence in Amber's strength and believes that there is nothing that the captain cannot solve. Stop. Who are you? The guards of the castle quickly spotted a few people walking over in an upright manner, and raised their weapons and pointed them at them. We are just a group of passing pirates. Amber responded with a smile. Stop. We can't let you move forward. Dalton, the captain of the guard, stopped Amber's group. Although he was extremely disgusted with King Wapple's behavior, it was because the previous king was kind to him, and because he was the captain of the guard after all, he had to fulfill his duties. Bang! Without saying a word, Amber clenched her fist and punched Dalton in the face. Dalton hit the wall like a bullet and was embedded in the wall of the castle. He rolled his eyes, fainted. Amber doesn't want to talk so much with these minor characters. She wants to solve this matter quickly and then go show off to the big guys like 4 Emperors Shichibukai. That would be exciting. Amber did not kill him. In the original book, this guy took over Sepang Island after Wapple abandoned his people in the attack of the Blackbeard pirates, preventing the country from falling into chaos, and quickly won the trust of the people. Damn it, this guy, shoot, shoot. The remaining team leader quickly ordered an attack. 100,000 volts. Electric discharge. Amber stretched out her palm and released an electric current instantly, electrocuting all the guards present. Amber is so powerful. Is this the strength of a pirate? Chopper said in admiration with sparkling eyes. Amber is the Thunderman who ate the Logia thunder fruit. Nami explained on the side. After all, Chopper is also a future partner, so it doesn't matter if he reveals it. Who is it? You dare to disturb my sweet dream, I will eat you. A menacing Wapple walked out with a group of guards. Zoro, do you want to come? Amber ignored Wapple and turned to Zoro. There are no swordsmen over there, and I'm not very interested in this kind of fighting. Zoro shook his head. How dare you ignore me? Come on, kill them. Wapple said angrily. Click, the members of the King's Guard prepared to shoot. 100,000 volts. Electric discharge. Amber repeated her old tricks and killed all the guards. Only Wapple has the Munch Munch fruit ability, so the health bar is a bit thick, but he was only electrocuted with an explosive head, and nothing else happened. UB*************D. It was okay to force 100,000 volts. Wapple felt that he was very capable, so he opened his mouth wide and attacked Amber. Chidori spear. Amber's cold voice came, and the next second, Wapple felt that his shoulder was pierced, and the power of thunder and lightning at the wound made his scalp numb. Wapple rolled on the ground while covering his wound. I am the king of a country that has joined the world government. If you kill me, you will become the enemy of the world government. The world government will not let you go. Wapple finally recognized the huge gap in strength and tried to move out of the world government to save his life. World government. Do you think I care? Amber said in an indifferent tone. He has long been dissatisfied with this corrupt world government. If it were not for his current low strength, he would have flown directly to the Holy Land Mariajoy to kill those celestial dragons. But don't worry, he has a system, and every mission reward can quickly improve his strength. Get ready to hit the road. Amber was ready to take action. Please wait a moment. Dalton's voice came from the wall. Is there anything you want to say? I hope you can spare his life. Why? Amber said coldly. His father was kind to me, and I must repay him. If you want to kill him, please kill me. Please let him go, Dalton said breathlessly, clutching his chest. Amber. Chopper looked at Amber with nervous eyes. Dalton had saved it once. That was after Dr. Cerulean was designed to kill. It was angry and wanted revenge, but on its own there was no way it was a match for the Wapple guards, thanks to Dalton letting it go. Don't worry, Amber is not a person who kills innocent people indiscriminately. Nami, who was standing next to her, comforted Chopper while touching her head. You overestimate yourself, God's sanction. Amber ignored Dalton's words and blasted Wapple into ashes. In the original book, this guy had a good life, but was beaten away by Luffy. Later, he fell in love with the Celestial Dragons, re-established a country in South Blue, and became the king. However, when he met Amber, he was not so good. Good luck. You. Dalton stared at Amber angrily. A great chivalrous person serves the country and the people. It is the most important thing to protect the people and the country, rather than helping others do evil because of their own petty favors. Amber spoke out loudly, leaving Dalton speechless. He said, bowing his head and thinking. This country no longer has a king. I hope you can lead this country on a better path. After Amber finished speaking, he turned around and left. Can I protect the people? Dalton murmured to himself. ... Return to Guleha's residence. You have really done a great thing for this country. Guleha took a sip of wine and said with a smile. Dr. Dory, Chopper hesitated to speak. Chopper, what on earth are you going to say? I want to sail with them and travel around the world together as a ship's doctor. Chopper became more and more excited as he talked. Idiot, you are my only assistant. Who taught you your medical skills? Don't you appreciate me at all? Guleha said angrily. Of course I am very grateful to Dr. Dory. I like this place because of Dr. Dory. Can't you just stay here? Being a pirate is very dangerous. If you are not careful, your life will be gone. Guleha looked into Chopper's eyes and said seriously. I'm a man now and I'm aware. Chopper stared firmly into Guleha's eyes and said firmly. After a period of pursuit, Chopper finally got his wish and went to sea. Dot 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 dot. Go, my idiot son. Guleha stared at Chopper's leaving figure, tears streaming from the corners of her eyes. Chapter 19 Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 168. 42. 56. After several weeks of sailing, the Sky Shadow pirates sailed into the waters of Alabasta. Wow, the sea is so beautiful. Chopper, who went out to sea for the first time, looked at the sea in the distance and said sincerely in admiration. That kind of thing. It's just like that after seeing it too much. Zoro held a huge discus on the side and kept waving it. Zoro, are you exercising? Chopper asked curiously. The gap in strength between us and Amber is too big. We can't keep up with that guy. Then I'll work out too. Chopper turned into human form and did push-ups next to Zoro. They are really full of energy. Nami looked at the two of them while drinking juice under the umbrella, and couldn't help but sigh. Let me see where the next section of the route should go. After saying that, Nami spread out a navigation chart. Study it. Amber was alone on the deck not far away, studying the method of using lightning to stimulate muscles. He remembered that when he watched Hokage in his previous life, the fourth Raikage in it seemed to have greatly enhanced his speed and attack power through this method. Dot 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 dot. Report to Vice Admiral, a group of Sky Shadow pirates were discovered near the waters of Alabasta. A Marine was reporting the situation to Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral, the base commander of Marine Branch G1, Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral. Very good, pursue immediately. Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel, immediately ordered. Originally, a rookie pirate group like the Sky Shadow Pirates did not need to send a Vice Admiral to hunt down, but the captain of the Sky Shadow Pirates actually had the rare Logia Demon Fruit power, and was still evaluated as one of the top Logias. Thunder Fruit. Coupled with the defeat of Smoker, who has the strength of the Commodore, and the reaction of Thunder Amber to Master Haki's information, Naval Headquarters finally paid great attention to it, so they dispatched Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel who is also relatively powerful among the Vice Admirals, to plan take down the Sky Shadow Pirates in one fell swoop. Logia, Fire Fist, Ace, the last one from East Blue, soon gained the strength of over 100 million level pirates. I heard that he recently joined Whitebeard's pirate group and became the captain of the second team. There is an example of this before. Marine had to guard against it. Soon, 3 Marine fleets slowly surrounded the Thunder. Everyone, please pay attention, there's a Marine. Amber sensed the slowly approaching Marine not far away through sight and color, and immediately reminded her. Wah, what, Marine is here again. Nami stopped studying and exclaimed, picked up the telescope and looked into the distance, and sure enough he saw Marine's warship. Zoro and Chopper also stopped exercising, with serious expressions on their faces. Nami, can we still escape Marine's pursuit at this distance? Amber asked calmly. No, this distance is too close. We can't get away. The other party obviously discovered us in advance and blocked all escape directions with warships. No matter which direction we go, we will encounter Marine warships. Nami shook his head. It seems we can only break through forcefully. Amber said lightly. In fact, Marine warships are of no use to Amber. They can directly destroy as many as they can. Send a 100 million volt unicorn to Marine from a distance. It doesn't matter what warship it is. If no expert can resist it, they will all sink into the sea. Feed the fish inside. But in order to compete with the real strong players, Amber gave up this strategy directly. Just in time to try the results of my practice. Zoro said next to him. He has never had a chance to make a move since the battle in Koko Nishimura. Especially after practicing the Haki training method given by Amber, he feels that his strength has made great progress, and he is just short of a suitable opponent. Amber opens Zoro's properties panel. Name. Roranoa. Zoro close black lens bracket. Age. Open black lens bracket 17 close black lens bracket. Power. 3 stars. Agility. 3 stars. Physique. 4 stars. Spirit. 4 stars. The average person is 1 star. Devil Fruit. Open black lens bracket none close black lens bracket. Haki. Armed color 1.5 stars. Information color 1 star. Conquerors none. Comprehensive combat power 3.5 stars. Zoro is indeed a genius, and with his unremitting training, he has mastered the basic usage of Haki in just over a month. Although my strength is not very strong, I will fight with everyone. Chopper on the side was covered in cold sweat. He was obviously very timid, but he was still brave enough to stand up for his companions. Nami, change the course and get closer. Since it can't be avoided, take the initiative. Amber ordered. Okay, I understand. Nami gritted his teeth, held the rudder tightly and headed towards the nearest ship. Chopper, the rest of the battle is mainly left to me and Zoro. You are responsible for protecting Nami. I feel that the Marine who comes this time is very powerful. Amber said to the nervous Chopper. I understand, leave Nami's safety to me. Chopper said firmly to Kaido. Report, the Sky Shadow Pirates ship is approaching us. What, it's just a group of pirates who are so reckless. They informed other fleets to fire together with me and sink them. Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel, ordered. Bang, the Marine's cannon kept firing shells to bombard the Thunder. Thunder, 3 blades style, tornado. Faced with the cannonballs falling on the ship, Amber and Zoro used their own moves to knock down the cannonballs. Report, all shells have been shot down. Then prepare for a landing battle. If there is resistance, we will kill them without mercy. The Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral ordered coldly. The two ships finally approached, and Amber teleported directly to the warship. The Marines were shocked before they could react. Amber didn't waste any time and just turned it on. The dazzling thunder and lightning knocked down all the fish on the entire warship. Zoro also jumped over and stood side by side with Amber. The only Marines left were Vice Admiral the Flying Squirrel and several lieutenant-level officers of the Grandmaster Marine 6 styles. Thundering Amber, how dare you! Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel, roared angrily when he saw Amber finish off his ordinary subordinates in an instant. Zoro, leave the Marine Vice Admiral to me, and leave the rest to you. Amber ignored the angry roar of the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral and spoke to Zoro. No problem, Captain. Zoro held the knife in his mouth, his eyes filled with fighting intent. 30 million volts, thunder, Amber once again did her favorite thing, a sneak attack. A huge bolt of lightning suddenly fell from the sky and struck Marine. The Marines were very experienced. The moment they saw Amber's hand, they used shaver to avoid it. The thunder only split a big hole in the boat. Despicable pirate, suffer death. Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel, pulled out his knife and slashed at Amber. Looking at the faint black color on the knife, Amber knew that she couldn't rely on elemental transformation to ignore it like in the previous battle, and instantly transformed into lightning to teleport away. Zoro also met those lieutenant-level officers, dazzled by their sword skills, 6 styles, and various moves. You cannot use various ultimate moves on the ship. Amber condenses a thunder sword just like Kizaru condenses a lightsaber. Shave, Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel, used Shave to accelerate, and instantly came to Amber's side and slashed with his sword. Amber also quickly defended with her thunder sword. Pang pang pang. The two people were fighting so fast that afterimages appeared. Chapter 20 Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral Part 2. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 680. 170. 227. God's sanction. After Amber struck a blow with the thunder sword in her right hand and the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral, she jumped back due to the reaction force, and shot a lightning pillar with her left hand. Blue lightning struck at the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral. Grandmaster Haki's Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral sensed the movement of Amber's left hand through the color of sight when Amber fired the lightning, and just dodged it by turning sideways. Although I can't keep up with the speed of thunder and lightning, I just need to keep up with your speed. Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel, sneered. Oh, really? Then you can try to keep up. Amber chuckled and fired thunder and lightning continuously with her left hand, just like the famous stunt of Susanoo Ryu in Dragon Ball. But every time before the lightning was fired, Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel, would detect the slight movement, and then easily avoid it, quickly moving towards Amber. Evil pirate, go to hell. Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel, struck at him again with a knife in both hands. Amber transformed into lightning again and teleported away. She came behind the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral and put a hand on his shoulder. 60 million volts. Discharge. Armed color. Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral couldn't react in time and could only cover his whole body with armed color in an instant. Dazzling blue thunder and lightning instantly raged on the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral. A-hole, don't underestimate Marine. Holding back the severe pain, the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral slashed at him with his backhand, and Amber teleported away. The outcome of this battle was doomed from the beginning. The speed of thunder and lightning has made me invincible. Amber spoke coldly, talking trash and constantly breaking the will of the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral mentally. Fighting it is never a simple fight. When the difference in strength is not large, the outcome is closely related to the individual's will, the fighting environment, etc. So what? From the day first became a Marine, I put my own life aside and vowed to destroy all pirates like you. Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel, responded with a firm tone. Your strength does not support your oath. Chidori sharp spear, the thunder sword in Amber's right hand instantly lengthened and struck at the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral. Pong! The Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral held the knife across his chest and blocked the attack. The two started a new round of sword fighting. As this Amber's true strength. It's so powerful. Chopper, who did not participate in the battle on the Thunder, looked at the battle between Amber and the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral with stars in his eyes. Nami was relatively calm. After all, she had seen Amber's power to destroy the island with one strike. After a period of offensive and defensive fighting, the two put their swords together and began to wrestle. Suddenly, the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral retreated, and a thunderbolt hit his original position. Chidori, Shiban, Amber took the opportunity to jump into the air and released thousands of hidden thunder and lightning weapons with a wave of her hand. For people with trypophobia, it was a direct physiological discomfort. With a flash of the sword, the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral waved his long sword, and a huge sword energy came out immediately, disintegrating all the hidden lightning weapons in front of him. Then he kept swinging the sword, and the sword energy poured out like a violent storm. God's sanction, Amber also kept firing thunder pillars. The thunder pillars and sword energy kept colliding together, and then melted into each other. Amber flew in the air and gained control of the air, constantly changing directions and suppressing the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral. Damn it! How dare you, a pirate, fight openly and honestly. Vice Admiral, the Flying Squirrel, felt very aggrieved from the beating and couldn't help but curse. From the beginning of the battle, this pirate directly launched a sneak attack. During the battle, He also made various small moves constantly, and another thunder and lightning appeared from nowhere, making him unable to concentrate on the battle at all. Talking to pirates about rules, you're crazy. Amber kept moving her hands and taunting her. Moonwalk. The flying squirrel vice admiral resisted a lightning bolt and flew up through the air. Are you already on top? You actually gave up your best ground fighting and ran to fight me in the air. Amber thought happily when she saw that her taunting battle was successful. The shocking palm of all nations, Amber had already left a backhand when they were fighting just now, communicating with the surrounding thunder elements. Thunder and lightning instantly rushed to Vice Admiral, the flying squirrel, from all directions. Oops. Vice Admiral, the flying squirrel, realized that he had been tricked and immediately covered his body with armed colors, but after all, it was impossible to block all the lightning. Ah, a painful scream came out, and the flying squirrel Vice Admiral was still holding on. I don't have the habit of avoiding enemies without attacking. Amber teleported behind the flying squirrel Vice Admiral. The thunder and lightning had no effect on him at all. He mobilized the power of his whole body to condense armament Haki in his right hand, and then used the thunder and lightning to stimulate his muscles to obtain more big power. Lie down. Amber growled and punched Vice Admiral, the flying squirrel. Bang! The flying squirrel Vice Admiral received a huge impact and was directly out of the control of lightning. He flew out and hit the deck of the warship heavily. His eyes turned white and he fainted. Vice Admiral. Several lieutenant-level officers who fought with Zoro exclaimed. The secret of the three sword styles. 3,000 worlds. Zoro seized the opportunity and launched a fierce attack. There was still a faint black color on the sword, obviously using the weapon color that he had barely mastered. Plop. Before the Marines had time to react, they were all chopped down to the ground. Yeah, you win, Amber, Zoro, you are so awesome. Nami and Chopper happily hugged each other and cheered loudly. Captain, do you want to deal with the Marines on the remaining two warships? Zoro slowly sheathed the sword and asked calmly. The biggest threat, Vice Admiral, has been eliminated. What use can the remaining minions be? Let them go. Amber thought for a while and said. Amber is going to the Sabayati Islands to do something she has wanted to do for a long time. Before doing so, it is better not to attract Marines' attention too much. If she kills the flying squirrel Vice Admiral and the Marines led by him here, then Marine is in a desperate situation, and Marine may immediately send Admiral to hunt down the Sky Shadow pirates. Hey, Marine over there, take your Vice Admiral back. By the way, go back and tell Sengoku that we have no intention of becoming an enemy of Marine, we are forced to do so. You lied. Thunder Amber, what is your purpose? The team leader on the other battleship was already desperate and prepared to be bloodbathed by the pirates. Unexpectedly, the pirates actually wanted to let them go. While they were surprised, they couldn't help but feel a little worried. This was the pirate's trick, he asked tremblingly. If you are worried, let's evacuate first, and then you can send people over to drive the warship back. We really have no intention of becoming an enemy of Marine. This is all a misunderstanding. Amber is still paralyzing Marine, hoping to reduce the sense of presence in Marine's eyes. Good at planning big things. Okay, we agree, you evacuate first. The team leader no longer dares to ask questions. They could have easily destroyed you, but now that you are sincere, if you don't understand current affairs, you will be an idiot. Very good. Amber and Zoro retreated to the ship, and Nami drove the thunder far away. It was not until the thunder disappeared from sight that Marine sent someone to drive the warship toward the headquarters. Amber, why did you let that Marine go? It's not like you, Zoro asked in confusion. In the past, Amber had been completely wiped out by enemies she encountered. Why did she change her behavior today? I have a plan. The Western Idea King thinks it's great. Chapter 21 Marine and Shichibukai's reaction. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 150. 38. 50. What? Vice Admiral lost. This, Thunder, Amber's strength has improved so quickly. Or is his strength already that high? Marine Marshal Sengoku was shocked when he received the news that the flying squirrel Vice Admiral had been defeated. What did he say? He had no intention of being an enemy of Marine. Okay, I understand. Let Vice Admiral, the flying squirrel, recover well. Sengoku hung up the phone and frowned. He did not expect that this new pirate group that had just appeared was so powerful that it even defeated the Vice Admiral of Naval Headquarters. The current situation is that to take down this group of pirates, does it have to be multiple Vice Admirals or the most powerful admiral? But Marine doesn't have that many troops. Recently, New World has begun to be turbulent again. The conflict between the Beasts pirates and the Whitebeard pirates has become increasingly fierce. The pirates in the first half of the Grand Line are also restless. It would be great if that old guy Garp could take action, but this old guy has been doing his own thing all day long, and recently took leave to go back to East Blue to visit his precious grandson. Having no intention of making an enemy of Marine, Thunder, Amber, what do you mean? Sengoku murmured. Sengoku suddenly remembered that this guy seemed to be a pirate hunter when he first appeared. Even if he later became a pirate, it was because of the Marine scum of Colonel Mouse, and now he let the defeated Marine go to express his goodwill. Maybe we can try to recruit. Shichibukai, what is your purpose of running to Alabasta now? Sengoku thought to himself. Sengoku decided not to continue raising the bounty and sending people to hunt him down, but to send people to contact this person first. Alabasta, the rain place. Crocodile was sitting on the president's chair, smoking a cigar and looking at the latest intelligence collected by the Baroque Working Society. Thunder. Amber, the first bounty was as high as 90 million Baileys. The Thunder Fruit ability user defeated the Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral. Interesting. So interesting, don't you think so, miss? Sunday. Crocodile looked with interest at the woman wearing a hat and reading a book in her hand. Yes, miss. Sunday responded with a smile. Have you arrived at Alabasta yet, miss? On Sunday, you can help me test this guy out. I hope this newcomer can be calm and not interfere with my plan, otherwise I will let him know the horror of Shichibukai. Crocodile sneered, then said. Okay, boss, miss. Kaido smiles as he closes his book on Sunday. Clark Dahl doesn't think it's a big deal to defeat a vice admiral from naval headquarters. He has absolute confidence in his own strength. If he was confident, he wouldn't go to ancient weapon Pluton. The desert is his home ground. Even if it's an admiral, it was absolutely impossible to defeat him in the desert. Alabasta is one of the superpowers located on the Grand Line Sentinel Island. Its capital is Albana and it has a standing army of 600,000. This is a country full of desert style, very similar to Arabia in the real world. People here wear robes for a long time and wrap themselves in turbans to protect themselves from the wind and sand. The 12th generation king of Alabasta and the current king is Vivi's father, Neferudali. Cobra. Not long ago, it stopped raining everywhere except the capital Albana, which was like a bolt from the blue for the desert country. As a result, many people believed that the drought was caused by the king's private use of the rain-inducing agent, dancing powder, and reported it to Marine. The seeds of civil war have been planted, but in fact the culprit is Crocodile, whom they hail as a hero. 3 days have passed since the last encounter with Marine. The thunder has entered the territory of Alabasta. The evidence is the presence of beaver cats, which are regarded as sacred creatures. The thunder soon reached the shore and landed in the city on this coast. It's really hot here, Nami complained. Help, I can't survive. Chopper was lying on the deck in an imageless shape, looking like he was about to die. It's no wonder that Chopper originally lived on a winter island where it snows all year round. He would definitely not be able to stand the hot and dry Alabasta. You are so useless. Zoro mocked from the side. How can we compete with a monster like you? Nami and Chopper shouted loudly at Zoro. Okay, let's find a restaurant to eat quickly, and then find a hotel to rest. We haven't had a good rest in the past few days. Amber quickly smoothed things over. Soon Amber and her gang found a restaurant for dinner, and then arrived at the hotel. Amber, who was not short of money, waved her hand and asked for the best room, but Nami complained. In the evening, Nami suddenly pulled Amber and whispered, Amber, do you want to accompany me to buy clothes? I can show you some good things then. After that, she gave Amber a wink. Amber, who has been the first brother in 2 lives, could not withstand such temptation and immediately followed Nami out. Nami walked happily in front, sometimes jumping and spinning in circles, while Amber in the back was carrying large and small bags. Nami, where are the good things you mentioned? You didn't come out to help you get things just to fool me, did you? Amber said teasingly. I lied to you. Who told you to be so stupid? Nami finally made a face at Amber. Amber smiled helplessly, this little thieving cat. The two of them walked and arrived at a high tower. Nami suddenly stopped and looked at the sun that was about to set in the distance. The orange-red sunset reflected on Nami's face, which looked so beautiful. Why don't you leave? Amber asked doubtfully. Nami walked towards Amber step by step, and then buried her whole body into Amber's arms. Amber knew what to do no matter how slow she was. She gently put the things in her hands on the ground and slowly hugged Nami tightly with both hands. Amber, thank you. Thank you for saving me in Cocoa West Village, and thank you for taking me out to sail, you know. This was one of the happiest times of my life, with you, with everyone. Nami said softly. I want to thank you too, thank you for trusting me. Amber stared at Nami's eyes, looked at her lips, suddenly felt a strange feeling, and then kissed her slowly. Nami was surprised at first, then quickly realized it and closed her eyes. The lips were parted, and Nami's cheeks were already covered in red. Well, I should go back, Nami said in a low voice. Interesting. One of the secretly observing people chuckled. Chapter 22 Nico Robin. It's the second day since landing in Alabasta. Amber, our supplies have been replenished, why are we still staying in this city? Nami asked boredly. Do you know 7 warlords of the sea? Amber said with a smile. 7 warlords of the sea is the world government recruiting those big pirates who are recognized as possessing catastrophic destructive power and huge combat power that rivals the country. 7 warlords of the sea, the 4 emperors and the naval headquarters are called the Grand Line. Big power. Nami read while holding a small notebook for collecting information. Crocodile, one of the Shichibukai, is in Alabasta. Is he your target? Zoro, who was exercising with a huge discus next to him, asked doubtfully. No, those are the 7 warlords of the sea. Do we really have to deal with this kind of monster? Chopper exclaimed while holding his head. Yes, my goal is to defeat Crocodile, Amber said with a chuckle. Why should we deal with him? Nami asked doubtfully. Because he has a plan to overturn the world, am I right? Amber said, suddenly shouting to a corner. What? He discovered me. Impossible. Robin is absolutely confident in her hiding skills. After so many years of being on the run, hiding has long since become her instinct. Otherwise, she would not be responsible for the intelligence work of the Baroque working society. Originally, she could just leave the surveillance work to her subordinates, but considering the terrifying power of the other party to defeat the Marine Vice Admiral, she decided to take action herself. Aren't you coming out yet? Amber continued. Amber, who are you talking to? Is there anyone there? Nami asked doubtfully. I was actually discovered, as expected of Mr. Amber, who defeated the Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral. Robin, who was hiding in the dark, slowly walked out. Is there really someone? Chopper and Nami exclaimed. Zoro had already drawn his knife and was ready. Then what will Mr. Amber do with me? Kill me, Robin said with a smile, but he was already very uneasy inside. I had already guessed that a thoughtful person like Crocodile would definitely send someone here to monitor us. After all, we defeated the Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral. We are not ordinary rookie pirates. We have already posed a threat to him. But I didn't expect that he would actually send you here. You are the most important pawn in his big plan. Am I right? The only survivor of Ohara, Nico Robin, the son of the devil in the mouth of the world government. Amber walked slowly towards Robin past. Mr. Amber, what are you talking about? I don't know what Nico Robin is. Robin smiled at Kaido. It was possible for the other party to discover her hiding, but it was unclear how the other party knew that she was the son of the devil. She had hidden a lot over the years. Well, the wanted order was from a long time ago, and her appearance has changed a lot, unless the other party has been tracking down her information. Thinking of this, Robin broke out in a cold sweat. Since I am sure that you are Nico Robin, I naturally have my information channel. Without hesitation, Robin immediately chose to take action and escape first. Claw. Robin immediately activated his ability, and two hands grew from Amber's shoulders and stretched out towards Amber's neck, preparing to break his neck. But Robin soon discovered that his hand passed through Amber's body. What are you doing? Can't you just talk properly? Amber disappeared in an instant, then appeared next to Robin and stretched out her arms covered in military colors, grabbing Robin's arm. Robin found that he couldn't break free no matter what, so he had to give up. Can you speak well now? Amber said with a smile. Mr. Amber, what do you want to do? Do you want to hand me over to Marine? Robin's face turned pale. He didn't expect that his life of escape for so many years would finally end. I didn't say that. You should have discovered Crocodile's true intention. Now you are trying to find a way to escape from him, but do you think the 7 warlords of the sea can escape so easily if they want to? What do you know? Robin asked coldly. Crocodile wants to find the ancient weapon Pluton, which has been passed down by Alabasta for thousands of years, through you, the only one who can read ancient historical texts. And you are now looking for an opportunity to escape from him. I am right. Crocodile will not let you go. You underestimate Shichibukai. The only way is to defeat him. Beat him. Robin looked surprised. Let's make a deal. Amber let go of Robin naturally, not worried about her sudden escape. At the speed of lightning, nothing could escape. What deal? Robin asked confused. I will help you kill Crocodile, and you will join my pirate group. Is your goal also the ancient weapon? Robin instantly became alert. Don't think of me as someone like Crocodile. People who fell into despair after failing to challenge Whitebeard in the Grand Line and became superstitious about the power of ancient weapon are not qualified to be compared with me. Amber looked disdainful. Then what is your purpose? I'm quite interested in the 100-year history of the world government covering up the blanks. And I feel very disgusted with the decadent world government. I'm happy to do anything that can cause them trouble. Amber said with a smile. Yeah, he's such an interesting man. Then you should have heard that all my former companions were betrayed by me and then wiped out. Do you still dare to ask me to be a crew member like this? Robin said with a smile, his eyes there is deep sadness buried inside. If I am destroyed by Marine or other minions of the world government, it means I am not strong enough. Amber shrugged indifferently. Okay, if you can really defeat the Sand Crocodile, I will join your pirate group. So what are your plans next? Robin asked. Have you ever heard the saying, to capture the thief first, capture the king? You contact Sand Crocodile, make up a reason to lure him out, and leave the rest to me. It seems that Mr. Amber is very confident in his own strength. Robin said with a chuckle. Maybe I'm not sure yet when facing other Shichibukai, but facing Crocodile, which has obvious weaknesses, I still have a lot of confidence. Amber said confidently. Then I will do as Mr. Amber says. Don't blame me if you die. The one who died must be the Sand Crocodile. Chapter 23 Crocodile. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 829. 207. 276. Amber, is that woman trustworthy? After Robin left, Nami pouted and asked unhappily. It was obvious that our little thief cat was jealous. I don't trust him, I trust my own strength. Amber shook her head. She has wanted to leave Crocodile for a long time, and now it is an opportunity for her. If we win, she can leave Crocodile. If we lose, she will still be useful to Crocodile, and Crocodile will not do anything to her. Anyway, she will make a profit. A trade without losing money. This woman is really good at calculating. HMPH. Nami snorted coldly. Nami, this battle is the same as last time. The enemy is too strong and I can't protect you while fighting, so you stay here and let Chopper protect you here. Amber said to Nami seriously. No, this time I want to fight with you. I am also your companion, right? You can't leave me behind every time. I also want to help you. Nami shook her head and refused. Amber slowly hugged Nami and kissed her. Zoro, Why are you covering my eyes? Chopper tried to break free as Zoro blocked his eyes. Children can't watch these, Zoro said. After a long time, the lips parted. What are you doing? Nami whispered with a red face. Thank you, Nami. I know you want to help me, but I can't let you be in danger. I promised Mr. Aegean that you will never be harmed. So promise me, stay here. Quote. Amber said softly. Then you promise me that you will come back alive, Nami said with tears in her eyes. Didn't I say that? Sand Crocodile's weakness is too obvious. I will definitely defeat him. Amber comforted. Boss, I was discovered by Thunder, Amber. Robin reported calmly to Crocodile, who was sitting on the president's chair in front of him. It's great that you're back, okay. You are my important partner. Crocodile said with a smile. Partner. Robin smiled coldly inwardly. Why didn't he attack you? Boss, the purpose of letting me come back is to ask me to bring you a few words. What? The smile on Crocodile's face disappeared. He said that he already knows about your plan, and he wants to cooperate and get a share of the pie. He hopes that you can go to XX location to meet him. If you don't go, your plan will be published on the news the next day. Robin said calmly. Explain. What? How did this newcomer know my plan? How dare he threaten me? Crocodile was furious. Miss Sunday, it wasn't you who leaked my plan, was it? Crocodile looked at Robin and sneered. I didn't, Robin said expressionlessly. Whether you leaked it or not, it doesn't matter. That kid still dared to appear in front of me. He is dead. Also, Robin, if you still want to continue to interpret the historical text, just be honest with me. This I am the only one in the world who can protect you, Crocodile said coldly. Amber received a call from Robin. Our president has agreed to meet with you, Robin said calmly. Amber immediately guessed that Crocodile was nearby. Crocodile is right next to you. The 7 warlords of the sea dare not speak, Amber mocked. Soon, the phone bug turned into a very human person, looking like he was smoking a cigar. Newcomer, you are so brave. I don't know how you found out about my plan, but you actually dared to threaten me. Crocodile said coldly. Don't talk about a newcomer, but you went to sea a few years too early. What's the point of being so arrogant? Amber countered. Ha ha ha, you don't know how high the sky is. Crocodile laughed. Oh, really? It sounds like you are great, but you are just a loser who challenged the Grand Line. After Whitebeard chopped off an arm, you became a lost dog. Amber was not afraid of the trash talk. However, after all, in my previous life, I was trained against many internet trolls. Boy, you're looking for death. Crocodile roared. The defeat against Whitebeard in his early years was his biggest pain point. He would never allow anyone to mention it in front of him. The memory of his broken hand was still hurting him every day. I'm so scared. I'm a timid person. Don't scare me. I might accidentally expose your plot to Pluton to the public. What do you want? Crocodile calmed down immediately when he heard the word, Pluton. What do I want? Didn't I ask Nico Robin to take the message back? Very good. I hope you can show up on time. Crocodile said with murderous intent. He couldn't bear it anymore and wanted to kill this B******************. D. Of course I will show up. I also want to witness with my own eyes what the legendary Shichibukai is capable of. Amber finished speaking and hung up the phone. A-hole. Crocodile threw the phone against the wall angrily. In an endless desert with nothing but sand. Amber and Zoro walked over slowly and soon saw the sand crocodile, accompanied by Robin and a bald man, who was probably Mr. 1. The other cadres were not there. Perhaps the incident happened suddenly and other cadres were performing tasks. It would take time to recall them, so I only brought along Mr. 1. Thunder Amber, you actually dare to appear in front of me, I'm really surprised. Crocodile said with a sneer. What are you afraid of? Amber said nonchalantly. So, let's talk about cooperation now. Didn't you say you want to cooperate and get a share of the pie? Please, what kind of cooperation is this? It must be a lie to you. It's just to trick you out, do you believe this? Where is Shichibukai's IQ? Amber began to use taunting tactics to see if she could disturb Crocodile's thoughts. Oh, so what is your purpose? Crocodile said very coldly. He no longer wanted to argue with a dead man. That's right, the moment Amber appeared, he already regarded Amber as a dead person. Of course, your head. Amber launched a sneak attack again. He teleported away and then appeared behind Crocodile, with his feet covered in armed colors and kicked him. Crocodile had also been on guard for a long time. The moment Amber disappeared, he elementally transformed into the air and evaded the attack. The Desert Diamond Sword turned his hands into 4 large desert blades and attacked Amber. Amber was too lazy to move and just let the sand blades pass through her body. Is it really Logia too? Crocodile said solemnly. Chapter 24 Fighting Crocodile. Crocodile, you can't attack me without Haki. Amber said with a sneer. You dare to challenge me just because you are Logia. I am really underestimated. Crocodile said coldly. Desert Great Sword. Crocodile's arm turned into a sand blade and attacked Amber from underground. It seems that your boss is at a disadvantage. Zoro slowly tied the turban on his head and pulled out 3 knives. My boss will definitely win, and all I am responsible for is defeating you. Mr. 1 said expressionlessly. Pong. The two soon exchanged blows. Zoro used a variety of slashes, but was unable to hit Mr. One causes any harm. I ate the quick slash fruit. Swords are useless to me. I am the swordsman's nemesis. Mr. One said coldly. Stop talking nonsense, I will chop you to death sooner or later, three-sword style. Demon Slayer, Zoro said firmly, biting the knife. ... The attack still passed through Amber's body. Amber jumped up, covering her weapon color and thunder with her right hand, and blasted towards Crocodile. Hung! Crocodile tried to dodge in elemental form, but this time he failed to dodge in time and was punched in the face by Amber and flew out. Ahem. B*****************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************Zoro used a variety of slashes, but was unable to hit Mr. One. Controls the flow of the dunes, forming a huge quicksand that sucks Amber's feet and then slowly swallows them. Go to hell, Crocodile said angrily. Various attacks are constantly launched in his hand, such as the Desert Sword, the Desert Diamond Sword, and the arc-shaped sand dunes. Amber ignored the attack, put her hand in the sand, God's sanction, and sent out a thunder column, which jumped out with the impact. If this is your strength, it's so disappointing. Your physical skills are too poor, and you don't know Haki. You can't attack me who is also a Logia. I basically defeated me, Amber said disappointedly. Amber rushed towards Crocodile and punched Crocodile. Crocodile became elemental again and rolled up a burst of sand to defend itself. Amber's fist hit the sand hard. At the same time, Crocodile seized the opportunity and swung the Desert Sword again. Amber dodged sideways, but was still scratched on the face. Although I can't attack you when you are elementalized, but if I attack you the moment you use your weapon color to attack me, you can't avoid it through elementalization. Crocodile analyzed calmly. As expected of a Shichibukai, he is awesome. There is no other pirate who can become a Shichibukai. Buggy the Clown. Me. Crocodile waved his hand and raised a large amount of sand in the air to block his sight, and then elementally flew into the air, controlling a small sand whirlwind in his hand. The small sand whirlwind, Shalon, was swung out by Crocodile, becoming bigger and bigger, and soon turned into a huge sandstorm. Bury me in the sand. Crocodile controlled the sandstorm to attack Amber. 60 million volts. Thunder Dragon. Amber raised her right hand, and a thunder dragon several meters wide struck the sandstorm. Bang! The two collided, causing a huge explosion, emitting a large amount of smoke, and thunder and lightning raging on the sand. A lot of the sand was heated and turned into glass under the raging thunder and lightning. In the smoke, people like Crocodile who don't know Haki have no choice but to float in the air, so as to give themselves a sense of security. Amber had already known Crocodile's location through sight, teleported to Crocodile, and punched Crocodile in the face. Bang! Crocodile was punched to the ground before he could react. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm Shichibukai, and I'm actually going to lose to a newcomer. Crocodile shouted angrily. Then he touched the ground with his hand, and the entire desert seemed to come alive, with a large amount of sand forming living tentacles. Go to hell. Go to hell. All the sand tentacles attacked Amber fiercely. Amber just stood there and turned into an element, and all the attacks went through Amber's body. Big burial. Crocodile controlled all the sand nearby, forming a sand wave several hundred meters high, and then smashed it down heavily, completely burying Amber who was standing there under the sand. Hoo-hoo. Crocodile breathed heavily, and the attack just now used a lot of physical strength. Swoosh bang. A lightning bolt flew out from under the sand, and Amber was still unharmed. How is it possible? Crocodile said in disbelief. Without Haki and Seastone, no matter how powerful the attack is, it is useless to me who has turned into an element. If you want to blame someone, blame Oda. He made you appear so quickly, without anything, and then patched it up like crazy. Amber said with a smile. Then she took out a Bailey, covered it with armed color, and aimed it at Crocodile. You are really not weak. Go with peace of mind. Super electromagnetic cannon accelerates Bailey through lightning and shoots it towards Crocodile's heart. Swoosh. Before Crocodile could react, his heart was pierced and he fell to the ground. I actually lost. This guy is really an opponent that cannot be underestimated. What kind of huge storm will be set off on the sea? Crocodile slowly closed his eyes. Robin, who was standing in the distance, was shocked to see this scene. He actually defeated Crocodile. Amber walked to Crocodile's body and took out a bag of prepared fruits. In the previous life, some big guys speculated that at the moment of demon fruit power's death, devil fruit might be reborn in nearby fruits. Sure enough, one of the fruits soon turned into a yellow fruit with mysterious patterns. Sand fruit is in hand, the big guys really didn't guess wrong. Amber said with a smile. After collecting the sand fruit, a thunderbolt struck the desert, creating a big pit, and then threw the crocodile into it, letting the desert king sleep in the desert forever. Amber teleported to Robin and said, Ms. Robin, I have fulfilled my promise. Do you consider joining our pirate group? Of course, Captain. Robin couldn't help but laugh. She didn't dare to refuse. Seeing the creepy smile on Amber's face, she felt that if she didn't agree, he would tie her up and take her to the ship. Captain Amber, your crew is still fighting over there, aren't you going to help? Robin pointed at Zoro who was still fighting. This is Zoro's battle, I won't interfere, all I can do is trust him. Amber shook her head, of course she was pretending. If Zoro's life was threatened, he would directly use a thunderbolt to kill Mr. One. ... Zoro didn't know how many times he fell and how many times he stood up. He only remembered that he must defeat the guy in front of him. It's useless. Sword skills are useless to me. Just lie down. Why do you have to stand up again and again? Mr. One said in confusion. Stop talking nonsense. I must defeat you here. Zoro was bleeding and spoke with difficulty. After being stabbed in the abdomen again, Zoro fell down again. At this time, he remembered the teachings of his master Koshiro, the agreement with Kuina, and the adventure with everyone, and stood up again. You are such an incredible man. Mr. One said and launched another attack. Zoro only had a Wado Ikimonji in his hand, closed his eyes, and the knife in his hand began to spin. Ito Ryu Ii Lion Song. The two crossed each other and Mr. One fell to the ground. Chapter 25 Historical Text. Defeat Mr. In Zoro. After 1, Amber took Zoro back to the hotel with injuries all over his body. Zoro is hurt so badly. Chopper said while bandaging Zoro. The opponent Zoro encountered this time was a bit strong, but Zoro finally broke through himself, understood the breadth of all things, and reached the realm of a swordsman, Amber explained with a smile. Amber, are you not injured? Nami pulled Amber over to check. I'm fine. At this time, Nami saw Robin standing behind her, and her expression froze. Amber, is she here to join our pirate group? Well, today Robin officially becomes a member of our Sky Shadow Pirates. Then Amber introduced them to each other. Hello, Nami, Chopper, Robin said with a smile. Nami and Chopper were a little unnatural at first. They were enemies yesterday and became partners today. However, after Robin took out a medical book and a large bag of Baileys, Nami and Chopper were happily bribed. Robin, there is a historical text in Alabasta. You should be very interested, right? Amber said to Robin with a smile. Really? Robin's face was full of excitement. Answering the historical text has been her only motivation for living for so many years. Then Amber took Robin to the palace of Alabasta. Stop. Who are you? This is an important part of the palace. Outsiders are not allowed to enter. The guards at the entrance of the palace stopped Amber and the two. I have something to do with your King Mibula. Amber said angrily. As the king something you can see if you want. The guard continued to block him. Oh, Robin, you know, sometimes I really don't want to do it, but there are always some people who want to force me to do it. Amber sighed and said to Robin. Captain, don't you want it? Robin was surprised. 100,000 volts. Discharge. As Crocodile definitely defeated. In Alabasta's palace, King Mibra said excitedly. Since Crocodile came to Alabasta, various things have happened. Droughts and rebellions have followed one after another. Naturally, some people have already guessed it. In addition, the news from Princess Vivi's lurking Baroque works half a year ago has basically confirmed that it is Crocodile's plan. Great. Vivi can come back, Cobra said happily. King, what's wrong? The captain of the Sky Shadow Pirates who defeated Crocodile, Thunder, Amber, broke in. A guard suddenly ran in to report. What does he want to do? Cobra followed the guards outside the palace with a nervous look on his face, and saw that all the guards outside the palace had fallen to the ground. My lord, I am Cobra, the king of Alabasta. What's the reason for your visit? Cobra said with a smile on his face. The IQ of a king is not bad. He immediately understands that the enemy is strong and we are weak. Reality, be respectful. As for the kind of mentally retarded dignitaries found in pretentious novels, they can only be conceived in the minds of those authors. Look, isn't this great? Those guards of yours are so ignorant. I even told them to come to visit, but they insisted on stopping me and even took action. I had no choice but to kill them all. You should no problem, Amber said with a smile. No objection. Cobra was already sweating profusely. The main reason we came here is to read the historical text in your palace. Please send someone to take us there, thank you, Amber said, with lightning already condensing in her right hand. No objection. Cobra continued to say with a smile. Bell, the Alabasta guard captain who had been following the king, disagreed and said, Your Majesty, that is the tomb of the kings of Alabasta. How can outsiders enter? Shut up, Cobra yelled immediately, this lord defeated Crocodile for us. We must meet any demands. I ask you to comply in the name of the king. Yes, His Majesty the king. Bell immediately saluted with a military salute. Are you satisfied with it? Cobra just barely escaped being scared to death. Fortunately, he reacted in time. What are you talking about to the pirates? You are looking for death. This Bell will have to be nurtured and cultivated in the future. Very good, lead the way. Amber was very satisfied with Cobra's attitude. Cobra sent another lieutenant who absolutely obeyed orders to take Amber and the two of them to see the historical text. Sir, it's just ahead. The adjutant stood respectfully at the door and opened the door for Amber and the two of them. Robin, the historical text is inside, go in. Amber said to Robin with a smile. Robin looked at the historical text and began to interpret it. After an unknown amount of time, Robin ended the process with a look of joy on his face. Have you read it? What's written on it? Amber already knew that it contained information about the ancient weapon, Pluton, but looking at Robin's joyful expression, she couldn't help but want to tease her. What is recorded here is the past events of Alabasta and the founding history of the country. It is very boring and will not interest you, Robin said with a serious face. She still didn't trust Amber and chose to hide the news about the ancient weapon. Amber's face suddenly darkened. Nicole Robin, I thought we could be honest with each other, but I didn't expect you still chose to hide it. I'm so disappointed. Robin turned pale with fright. Captain, I didn't lie to you. Ha ha ha. Amber suddenly laughed. Robin, I already knew that there was information about the ancient weapon, Pluton, hidden inside. Since you don't want to tell me, then don't tell me. Just wait until you want to tell me. Then we should go back. Sir, go slowly. Cobra led a group of guards to see him off at the door. By the way, since you already know that I defeated Crocodile, please help me publicize it. I hope the whole world will know it tomorrow. Amber suddenly turned around and said to King Mibula. Amber suddenly remembered that in the original novel, Marine blocked the news that Luffy defeated Crocodile, and then put the credit on Smoker. Amber couldn't bear that the reputation of the crocodile he had worked so hard to kill actually belonged to someone else. Okay, sir, I will immediately order all the ministers to mobilize. You will definitely see the news in the newspapers at this time tomorrow. Cobra has not received Marine's order yet, so he doesn't know the inside story, so he naturally agreed.